So just start intro again. And hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Master of Arabia 2v2 loser bracket finals. TheViper and MbL against Zuppi and TheMax, and we missed some of the start because I didn't know that it started and there was a long pause, so we will just start the VOD from here. We have some aggression, Zuppi having Hans, TheMax having Spanish against Celts of MbL, and TheViper of course trying to defend here at home. Scores still 0-0. Some aggression and TheViper, and you can see lots of upgrades now coming in for him. He's trying to defend some, and you can see Zuppi kind of giving up that hill. That's a bit surprising to me. They had a beautiful positioning. He's going for some CA as well. British account is heavily in favor of our Finns here. And Hans and Spanish probably in MbL with their trade bonus. Could be pretty strong, but Goth and Celts something, yeah, to take a look at as well. So TheViper now chasing away Zuppi, who is going a bit towards the top, now getting his CA over. Bloodline's just finished. MbL was trying to build a siege workshop over here to help out, and yeah, MbL needed a few mins, so that was the reason of the longer pause here. Now TheViper is trying to get up some TCs, and the Zuppi's boom, look at that, already over 80 villagers with early 3 TCs. Siege workshop coming up now as well, and that's a very vulnerable area over here. Let's take a look at TheViper's stone count, only at 174. So although he had 5 villagers on stone for quite some time, he didn't manage to get enough stone to get his castle up. He's now heavily on gold though. I'm a bit surprised about that. Trying to get up another TC, trying to get some skirmishes now to defend against the mass CA. Let's see if he finds some damage. Zuppi doesn't know where to go. On the other side we have Zuppi microing a bit, and therefore I think TheViper will have a successful defense. And we are trying to wall his villagers against the raid of TheMax, who with it +2 is not taking a lot of damage against CC, but if you can't really find any villager kills, that won't help you in the long run. And at the same time we have MbL trying to go for some kills, defensive tower and TC here, so that should be fine. Maybe forcing 6 more knights out of TheMax here, but Zuppi is now pushing, and that Mangonel should be pretty good. No counter for TheViper here. Let's take a look. He doesn't have anything, so maybe trying to take that hill is an option. Trying to go in a bit. Mangonel shot. No ground attack just yet. Trying to not take any extra damage. So that's a nice first shot. And now trying to get the TC up. Mangonel should be microed back, getting some hits done. The villagers trying to force the issue here. Most of the archers went down. Some villagers. Another Mangonel shot, and it looks like TheViper got the TC up, got some of the CA, got 1 Mangonel. TheViper seems to be holding here for now, but the Mangonel pressure keeps on going on, as we can see. MbL's raid is shut down here as well at the same time. His on the other side isn't doing too much damage either. We're still in the point of view of TheViper trying to get a siege workshop up now. But yeah, is that what he needs? MbL now going for barracks on TheViper's side. Not 100% sure why is that. Zuppi, Mangonel, another questionable move. TheViper nice splitting, only losing 1 skirmisher against the Mangonel shot there. And seems like TheViper might stabilize a bit, but Zuppi buying some food. That means he is up to MbL. Indeed, now going for more stone. That's a bit surprising to me. Probably wants to get a castle up in this very, nice area. Look at that. 2 stone spots, 2 gold spots. A nice hill as well. And he has a lot of army there, so sending more Mangonels. And now the question is, what is he going for? Is he going for CA and let the Spanish go for Cavaliers? That would be a normal option, but sometimes as Hans you want to go for some Cavaliers on your own. Let's see how he's trying to engage this. And we are not trying to do some damage against the Mangonels, just taking some damage himself. And not 100% sure if that's the greatest engagement ever here. Archer's pretty. Left hand side taking a lot of damage here. Is TheViper. Got 1 Mangonel, yes, but lost 1 Mangonel as well. And yeah, that's just a beautiful placement here for positioning for Zuppi. Let's take a look. MbL is nice trade here for Zuppi. He will, yeah, try to get that castle up. Let's take a look. It's a lot of villagers, counter towers here for the Viper. He needs to defend against that castle, or the Viper will have super troubles to get ever into the position of having a nice eco and get a lot of resources. Not so many villagers left here. Zuppi trying to repair the Mangonel, but now going back, and he's retreating. The Viper did hold 2 towers. Mangonel help from MbL, and Skirmisher simply doing a bit better against all the CA. Really helped them out. More production of CA coming in. More raids of Knights on the other side though. So MbL's Pikeman needs to chase. 1 Mangonel against 1 MPLH upgrade. Now let's see if he sends more villagers. For now he's building another siege workshop. Interesting choice. Now going for heavy CA and braces. More siege workshops, so that will be full ram pressure. Trying to go for some raids. I think he could have forced the issue here with some more Mangonels. Maybe he's just going for mass Mangonels. Yeah, that would be another option as well. I think this raid in the back won't do too much. Maybe get some villager kills, but honestly, the Viper sealed this whole time. And yeah, it's just opening another spot here at the front. Zuppi now decides to build another castle. Look at that, he has so many villagers in stone. Actually pulled some from here, I believe. And on the other side we have... oh, MbL now, Castle Age push here with Pikeman against the Knight. But look at that, the Max now on the way to MPLH. So, oh, and now they're switching. Look at that, Max going to the Viper maybe, and at the same time we have Zuppi going for the raid against MbL, and he should have very tough defense. Going for Pikeman only against CA ratings, not your greatest spot. And Zuppi now, in the end, deleting that castle. Oh, I'm not 100% sure if that's the best option, because he could have gotten the towers there with the capped rams. Now the raid is continuing, and MbL and the Viper still not on the way to MPLH, so the attack advantage heavily in favor of our Finch here. And look at that, not even doing a single hit against that mass of CA. Will be so tough for MbL to defend here against, yeah, a very well controlled flock of CA. The Viper now up to MPLH, did get a castle up. Mangonel defense is real, but look at that, 1 gold spot denied. The main gold spot somewhat denied as well. Where is the 3rd gold spot? Ah, he's mining it at the very top, so that's good for him, but that raid is so deadly. Where is the production? Ah, it's at the front. Here from TheMax. And then now clicked up to Castle H as well, or to MPLH. But so much eco denied. Look at that. 50 idle villagers for our Norwegian players. More CA raids, and that was a risky one. Could have gotten into all the pikemen or the skirmishers here, but just sniping some villagers, running around, and simply beautiful control here by Zuppi, controlling a lot of flocks. But now getting into a nice spot to raid, but also taking some damage against the TCs in range of the 1 tower. Maybe should try to find another spot and better positioning. Now Cavaliers coming to the other side, and yeah, what does the Viper really have against Cavaliers now? He was totally set up to defend against CA with skirmishers, and the other side we have Pikemen being, yeah, the counter to the Cavaliers. But since we have the Finns going for such a mobile army, it's so much better for them here. And yeah, just switching around and taking the great fights, although maybe some pikemen doing some damage against some CA. That was a nice catch. On the other side we have the X now, and Cavalier +4 defense already, +4 attack now on the way as well. So they are just beautifully set up yeah, to raid and continue. And the Viper now evacuating, and yeah, it's a bit sad that we missed so much of the very start and to not see how the Viper got so far behind, but you can see that Zuppi and TheMax are absolutely set up here for the long best of 7 series. The macro is on point. The micro looked pretty nice as well. Decision making, everything on point so far. And they want to go into the grand finals against MbL and Nikov tomorrow. And they're taking the first lead here and doing the first step into the direction of the 4 overall points here. Let's take a look at the achievements. TheViper, not the great skill stats, and yeah, we don't need to look into that too much. Obviously, high tech unit against low tech unit, not too much fun. All of them went onto very fast flush, no rushing here, those civilizations. But we did say before it was Hunt in the team a bit better here for Zuppi and TheMax. So now we will switch the civilizations, and TheViper and MbL will get the probably bit stronger civilizations here. So chance for a comeback. That's beautiful. I think it's still a bit stretched here. Makes a bit more sense. So, guys, we have a spectator of 230. So that means something we missed before. And now we accomplish. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Isn't it beautiful? So, 1-0 lead for our... Oh, it's tough to say. I just want to say underdog Spurs. I'm not really sure if they're underdogs or not. So, well, let's call them our Finns. And yeah, for now they are Winland. And now switch civilizations into game number 2. We have MbL now playing the Spanish. We have TheViper with Hunt, probably the strongest civilization in the game. On the other side we have TheMax playing Celts. And Zuppi trying to make wonders happen here with the Goth. Let's see how they will start up, how the maps are looking. We'll start with MbL. He has a beautiful defensive gold and is going for the wood there as well. Not the richest forest ever, but that will be fine for now. This one isn't great, and we have to see something in the top. So wood will be, yeah, a bit of a problem for him, but only in the very long run. Gold is pretty sweet. Viper going to the right hand side. He has a nicer wood spot, but very exposed. Could go for that defensive gold. Then he doesn't have to go onto his very exposed gold spots here at the front. So yeah, probably expect him to go over here, maybe do some walling, and then here's a pretty beautiful setup for a nicer late game. The berries are defensive as well, so that would absolutely make sense. TheMax, oh, that's one of the worst gold spots that you can look at. What is a bit better? MbL trying to be around a bit, but nothing too big. And gold spots. Let's see. I would be surprised if TheMax is going for one of those defensive ones. Would be a bit better than this one, because it's pretty impossible to wall there. That will be tough. The max map might give him some troubles, but we will see about that later on. On the other side, we have the Zuppi now building a house, scared of MbL scout, walling his villager. He has a nice defensive goal spot, so I would assume Zuppi will have very tight wall here. Walling here, and then a small area. Oops, what is going on here? Zuppi not trying to take the fight against MbL. 4 sheep and a boar there, so fight is absolutely worth it. Zuppi taking the fight there he knows he would lose the fight, but just trying to do a lot of damage on the scout of MbL so that he cannot lame the boar there. Now trying to go for loom is Zuppi. Let's take a look. Oh, and now getting some more hits off, and now suddenly Zuppi is the one with more SP, since the villager helped out beautifully here. Oh, yo, but getting more hits. I'm not really sure. MbL now landing 1 sheep, getting 1 home probably, and killing 1. At the same time, Zuppi is now sending in villagers home, and that was a pretty unfortunate start for him, for very sure. That's a very late second boar. Or actually, only felt very delayed. Seems to be in reasonable time. Oops! But stuck behind the houses here. That's so ugly. Look at that. So many idle villagers at the moment. 8 idle villagers, 9 idle villagers. Look at, and she's got. He can't shoot too many more times. So that the boar won't. No. That's so bad. Should shoot very late. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that went better than I feared, because if the ball runs back, he can get it over here. Or try to, I have no idea. Yeah. So got bonus. Not really a bonus sometimes. Okay, TheMax now seems to be going for MbL. Second lumber camp, late barracks, and 1 villager on gold. The Viper is, losing a villager. No loom, and 1 hippo coming out. Let's see if the Viper is able to wall this villager. Yes, he is, but he will maybe lose the other one. Let's take a look if he's able to wall. And yeah, the hippo, downhill hippo, taking care of the villager. And this villager's in danger as well. Cannot really get out, or the hippo will try to attack it. Still without loom, only now clicking loom before going up, so that will be very late uptime here for the Viper. Is he going for the drush? And I missed it. Yes, he is. So that's the reason. And TheMax, why are you still staying here? Oh, he was probably trying to lure the villagers into range of the hippo here, but seems like it only has aggro on the 1 villager. Viper trying to click on any trees, but oh, now finally got some. Viper now 3 militia and going for feudal age afterwards. And forward here, and oh, Zuppi with the aggression. Let's take a look. Oh, unfortunate position here for TheMax. Needs to delete the mining camp to maybe save this villager. That looks pretty good though. 13 HP, and yeah, just one single palisade could have been so much better for him. Let's take a look at the max. That's something I absolutely didn't want. Look at that 24 gold, and now he has 3 militia, is feudal age, and cannot upgrade them. He cannot get the MbL upgrade. He's lacking 16 gold here. Was house as well. Yeah, scrappy start by him here. But he will get a nice raid onto the Viper, who's now sending back weakened villagers. Is that true? Nope. I would have loved to see that, but that's not what's going to happen. See, maybe he should send in 2 villagers now to try to get those remaining 16 gold. He's getting some raids done against the Viper. 1 villager more going down, so it's 2 down already. 3rd villager in danger here, and it's looking good for the max. 3rd villager, 2 HP and done. Another villager low HP, and look at that. So many low HP villagers, and that's a beautiful start here by the max. Now it's militia chasing down. At the same time, we have some MbL aggression here. MbL going for the stable, and that's a bit problematic. Now MbL upgrade finished. Zuppi is going for more barracks. He has the setup, and the max again house here. Was house at 25, now house at 30. He now finally back on gold, should send his villagers, and he now shouldn't get any more damage on his militia, and when I say this, he's even losing 1. Max now microing back, the Viper's militia, still a lot of HP. Blacksmith coming up, and let's see, it seems like the max won't go for the MbL upgrade. After all, had the resource for quite some time now. It's building an offensive tower, but that means he cannot tower his wood line, which is now weird pathfinding. And I want to see the Viper's HP on all those villagers. Look at that, even another one going down. And that one, even 8 HP, might struggle as well if Zuppi's ever come into focus there. And now the skirmishers, what does the Viper have as defense? He's going for archers only. And the front gold, I said, like, this map wall over here and take that gold, but he knows it. I want to say better. Let's call it differently. Because I think that will spell a lot of trouble. On the other side, we miss a lot of action, but kill stats is very low on that side. 1-1 only. Aggressive tower and defensive tower. That means the MbL needs to run around from this area, but they can find a beautiful spot over here, still not on gold, is MbL. Take a look, the archers could go for some aggression. Onto Zuppi maybe even. I'm not 100% sure. What are we seeing here? The axe of the Viper. Yeah, and now MbL coming over to the other side. Another tower of Zuppi, not 100% sure if I like that one. Probably not the best positioning, and the MbL chilling a bit too much. MbL now getting the tower up, the defensive tower. Max now having his defense as well. The defensive tower warning his wood line. Finally safe against the militia here. Has a spearman as well against the scouts, but MbL and the Viper, maybe with a good double, can do something. And Zuppi, he should run through here, but that's obviously super tough to judge. Could do a lot of damage over here, but he could damage so much on the other sides as well. Chilling a bit too much with his army at the moment, if you ask me. Max trying to get some walls up. Now beautiful snipe here. The archers getting the 1 spearman. 1 archer down. 1 scout very low HP. Actually all the 3 scouts very low HP. 2 down. Third one at 28 here. Yeah, I'm getting some more damage against the archers, at least that's what I thought. But in reality, he dodged all shots for now. More archers coming up, and oh, that's a nice army for sure. Second archer range finally from the max, and he cleared everything up. On the other side, we have the 3rd tower. Defensive tower again by MbL, and that's a beautiful setup to see some conquistadors even. Because defensive towers everywhere, a lot of farms out, defensive gold on stone, so that might be good for him. Let's take a look how the Viper is approaching this spot at the front here, trying to go under the tower, but a lot of skirmishes, and the Viper needs to run. Might lose some HP on those archers, but seems like not even a single loss here. That went pretty well for him. Missed the start, Tom. So did I, but it's a best of 7, so a lot of games still to come up. The Viper now taking the X from MbL, saying, dude, let's double over here. Zuppi is building a defensive tower, might want to build even another defensive tower at the goal tier, and yes indeed, so that's pretty good for him. Lots of more farms here coming up for MbL. Just compare those kill stats. 14-7 by TheMax, 1-1 for Zuppi, so you can absolutely see that side with the more open maps here, TheMax and the Viper actually are going into lots of killing. The Viper now going for 4 defensive towers. Some day of Zuppi coming over, but the Viper absolutely on point here. Not doing too much farming time. Maybe focusing one villager, but no. Defense is real. The Viper going for the defense upgrade as well. At the same time, he got some damage against the tower. The TC tower is up. Maybe some more walls would be needed so that the archers cannot, put themselves under the tower and deny the golden come. Very defensive game now, or actually it isn't a very defensive game, but since all the players got a lot of towers up now, look at that. We have MbL with 4 towers. We have the Viper with 4 towers at least. At the same time, we have the Max, only 1 tower, but very defensive. Zuppi with 2 towers and very defensive setup. So we will now jump into Castle Age. Maybe some more kills. Oh, maybe deny of the tower is possible. Let's take a look. The Viper sees the archers coming in. Maybe he needs to pull those villagers. And the Max now focusing the archers first. Only now going for the villagers. 1 down, 2 in danger, 3 down, 4th in danger, 4 down. And some archers, so the Max trading most of his feudal age army here to kill some villagers and deny that tower. And he's going for more archers, so not 100% sure if that was great, but 4 villagers in that stage of the game. Yeah, why not? Why not? Zuppi is going for a lot of stone, which means Huskulls most likely, but Huskulls against the Spanish guy who's going for a lot of stones with Conquistadors. Oh, not 100% sure if I like that decision too much. And neither do I like that tower. I think here would have been the better spot. But that tower can shoot that tower now as well. Well, let's see how we can continue. Zuppi now going for bloodlines even? Why is he so heavily on stone? MbL continuing with his aggression. We have everyone on the way to Castle Age, but the Max already is. Where is all his army? Now going to the other side, might even deny that tower. Yeah, sweet catch by him. Expos out now, and seems like we will see the Max going for Expos and Zuppi going for Knights. I want to see his resources. 130 stone, so yeah, he will just go for Knights. Tune them up. Opa! And MbL's going for some Knights as well. The Viper most likely will go for CA, being the hunts and having them cheaper. Obviously gives you always the best setup to go for a lot of CA. Let's see, MbL now doing some damage against the villagers, at least I thought, but they're jumping into the tower and now the archers are coming up to clear everything, and that will be denied. Let's see, maybe one more villager, some low, nope, everyone full HP, nothing will go down, and that's a successful defense. The Max now going for mass walls here. I'm going for some Expos, going for a defensive TC, but that will hurt a lot. So that TC will not go up, trust me on that, guys. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, and 5 down. Maybe that villager might sneak herself off. Maybe one crossbow should follow and the rest should go and rage. even further. Yeah, and he realizes, I shouldn't focus on that one villager. Let's just sit behind the walls, and yeah, that's really cutting the max. But that being said, he's still absolutely on point together with Zuppi and MbL. The Viper, the one with the lowest villager count here. Although he didn't lose too much, obviously having a lot of IDTC. He has wheelbarrow, that's something we saw early on, but not 100% sure it will be enough. Eco. Now Knights from Zuppi against Knights from MbL. MbL +1 defense. Zuppi was Bloodlines, and now +1 defense coming in any second as well. Let's take a look at the micro here. We have soon to be +2, +1 against +2, +2. And that seems to be an easy clear up here for the Max, having such greater numbers. Not losing another villager, and that one even made it home safe. So overall villager count, everyone in the 50s except the Viper, who is stuck at 43 only. And do we see extra TCs? 1, and that looks like a second extra TC. Yes, indeed. And now the defensive castle here by MbL, opening his path for the Conquistadors. Lots of crossbowmen out. Watchtower now at the front. Better instead, second watchtower, and maybe the Max can deny the TC of the Viper now in exchange. Let's take a look. Oops, that's the wrong player. And yeah, that will be at least 2 villagers down, and to the Knight Castle TC, maybe even not University, but no, choosing another path. So take a look at the boom. 2 TCs over here, 3 TCs for the Max. The Viper trying to get a 30C up, but yeah, as we just saw it, it's being denied. 3 TCs soon for MbL as well. So overall villager count seems to be pretty evenish. A bit better for our Finns, but still a lot of army out for the Viper here. Let's take a look if we really want to take that fight. No bloodlines yet, no ballistic yet either, but both in the research tab. Going up now, the rate of the Max here fighting against the hill. 2 towers there, full protection, all looking good, and still some raids. Where did they get in? And to the TC, and that's a lot of idle villagers at the moment. Look at that, the Max 20 idle villagers. Nothing to really clear that up. Where is all his army? Now trying to go back, but at the same time CA coming back. The Max clicked up to Imperial Age. How did that happen? And let's take a look. The Mac needs to switch focus. He still doesn't have ballistics as well. Getting 1 CA trading against 2 villagers. And again, a lot of lost time. Now Zuppi going for more knights than you usually see from a Goth player. Defensive monastery to counter against the Conquistadors. 3 TCs, and now trying to go to the other side to clear up against the Viper. Finally, Zuppi the Max is splitting up his army. Should get onto the hill and then trying to engage against the Viper. And yeah, I think he is a bit higher. Could have gone a bit further, if you ask me. But now the Knights, and where should Zuppi go? That's a very good question. Should he go for the Viper, who is set up kind of defensively, has a lot of towers as well, but does not have a lot of army at home? Or MbL, who is building a second defensive castle even. So he will go full Conquistadors this whole game. That means that the Viper needs to switch for Cavaliers sooner or later though. So his CA at the moment will not get upgraded. But that being said, 4th archery range coming up. Max. Nice positioning. Now going for pikemen, and what is this with all those villagers? Oh, just finished his gold here at the top, at the front. And yeah, he needs to get more gold from those 2 back spots. Military count pretty even for everyone, but yeah, Conquistadors obviously such a strong, cost-efficient unit in Castle Age. Max, no. What is the Max actually going for? I'm not really sure. At the moment, he didn't do a single MPLH tech. He's not going for Vote Rights as well, so the moment you have to question, did the MPLH timing off the Max actually benefit him at all? At the moment, it doesn't look like it. So now finally will be cleared up, or maybe some will get out, some more damage, and then it should be fine. But still so much raiding going on here by our Norwegian players. More CA coming now at this front, and maybe a halberdier push, but the Viper still, yeah, very far away when it comes to overall map distance. So the halberdier push, yeah, you need to have something set up here, like offensive siege workshop, or maybe more halberdiers overall. Offensive barracks. The Viper now clicked up to MPLH. Some raids against MbL going on here, and suddenly the Max, from having the best eco overall after those ratings here on all the side, look at that, 70 villagers overall, 40 of them idle. Now the one with the lowest overall villager count even. And the raids continuing. MbL and the Viper on the way to MPLH, and let's take a look. The Viper, he is continuing to build CA. And MbL with his, no, not third castle, but yeah, he keeps on production of Conquistadors as well. So no Cavaliers by them, but yeah, against Goth and Celts, probably not the craziest decision. Because Halberdiers faster and cheaper for the team. Max still trying to clear up, and yeah, we didn't see a single benefit from reaching MPLH. Still. Zuppi's eco looks pretty solid, having the highest villager amount and military count pretty even for everyone. Zuppi now finally on the way to MPLH, and yeah, as our first game here, we can see all 4 players reaching MPLH. But it's only game number 2, so that's not the biggest surprise ever. Still not sure about the unit choice, more archer ranges, so yeah. Oh, what is that? Conquist light? Hand cannoneers! Hand cannoneers will be the tech choice here by MbL. That's a bit surprising since he already has 2 castles, so Conquistadors would absolutely be an option. Maybe some champions buffer is something some people are aiming for, but maybe thought, okay, if he goes for mass halberdiers, my Conquistadors won't perform too well. So I might go for some hand cannoneers in the front, Conquistadors in the back, doing lots of damage and not taking any extra damage from the halberdiers. Anarchy now being researched, so Zuppi will go for Huskarls as well. That's a bit of a surprise at the moment. Viper now going in for all his light cav. Crossman finally trying to clear up all the heavy CA and the Max handcard. Maybe a bit late in the game. Lots of more barracks coming up. I think that's even too many barracks if you're playing with the Goth. But yeah, it's only an investment of 175 wood here, so not the end of the world. Conquistadors, we saw the engagement. Trying to take another angle here to even get more villagers. Getting some villagers here. Elite Huskal upgrade by Zuppi now. But is that really what he needs? Elite Huskals here? That's what he would need on the other side. I think that's a problem from before as well. We have the perfect counters. We have the Conquistadors and hand cannoneers against the Goth, and the light cav against the Celts. But if Celts would just go against the Conquistadors with Onis and Halberdiers, and the Huskals would go to the other side and fight against the heavy CA, that would be so good for our Finnish team. But That's not what we're seeing at the moment, but nice quick vault here by Zuppi. We'll get some kills off. Maybe I should switch down the speed a bit. And now another raid coming in here. TheMax just trying to recover a bit, but Onager attack now from TheMax. Siege engineers as well, but he's still so slow. Look at that. Only now trying to send some back. We would have absolutely needed some barracks. Just build 2 barracks over here, Zuppi, and you build 2 siege workshops over here, TheMax. And then this would have been so much better for your civilization compositions here. Oh, but now if Huskarls can close the distance, Conquistadors aren't doing that much anymore. Huskarls now coming in, and let's take a look. That's not the greatest amount of hand cannoneers ever. Only +1 defense, and Huskarls, yeah, that's just army which always dies so quickly. Hand cannoneers not very meaty, and Huskarls not very efficient against the hand cannoneer extra damage as well. So let's take a look. Maybe traps. Yeah, even traps going down. So hand cannoneers now not having the right amount. Yeah, being pushed back. And that looks like Zuppi might get into the push. TheViper now switching on to Cavaliers and maybe later on Paladins. But that will be tough against the Halberdiers. But why is TheMax still so far behind? Onagers, look at that. TheViper everywhere. Oh, and even that's a ballsy move here. Another archery range, and he has a nice food eco. Still has some gold income, whereas other spots still he's well set up. Viper trying to get more raids done. And yeah, TheMax just not being aggressive at all. Just needs to defend all his Onis at home. And TheViper can just toy with him. Look at that, now the raid in the back here of Zuppi, and that hurts him so much. No defense at all. Huskarls could obviously clear this up so easily, but he's losing all the Huskarls at the front here. Trying to go for some focus, but what can he really do? Only small numbers of Huskarls against not the greatest numbers of hand cannoneers, but enough at the moment. And Zuppi realizes, I cannot do anything. I cannot defend the raid in the back. And they have just so much more map control. Look at that. CA everywhere. Only just needed to go back here. And just a beautiful execution. Max never really able to punish TheViper for his very bad map. Never getting into the offensive. Those offensive goals. But look at that. No, not a single wall being built by TheViper this whole game. At the same time, we had not the greatest towers, and the Zuppi just not doing enough damage with his MbL. He could have gotten into the woodline early on. And the towers here, not the greatest positioning as well, if you ask me. And therefore, they were so behind in Castle Age, and then MbL and TheViper just too strong and closed it out. Max early Imperial Age upgrade, but with what? The lowest villager count. No Celts isn't like the Civ where you can do a lot of damage with 70 villagers. That's Mayans, that's Aztecs, maybe Turks. But Celts, you need to produce those rams, need massive halberdiers. And yeah, you couldn't get onto those, and therefore need to defend. Still lost a lot of villagers, and yeah, lost the game. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. Backseat gaming is strong today, nearly. What do you mean? Has TheMax castles yet? No. Thank God you are also streaming, nearly. Yeah, thank him. And pray to the Lord that I will stream tomorrow as well. Jeanette isn't that bad. Is Jeanette streaming? No. I probably was streaming as well. Only monks can deal with this many Kongs. 2 hits per Huskar, 4 HC, maybe 3. They have 17, I believe, plus 10 extra damage, and a Huskar is 70 HP. Something like that. Maybe in 4 hits. That would be sick. I have no idea. With maybe 8 Husk more, he could have killed MbL. Maybe. Maybe he went Imperial to Sling? No. Was Celts. Unlikely. He wasn't defending enough. Then he would have needed a more compact map to achieve that. So I think that wasn't. When will the upper bracket final happen? The upper bracket finals happened 6 weeks ago or something. The winner bracket, like the grand final. That's probably what you mean. And I don't want to get salty. Maybe I just want to answer the question. Upper bracket final already happened. Lower bracket final, yeah, obviously winner bracket has to happen. So they will play tomorrow, 17 GMT. Miguel and Nikov against the winner of that series here. On Hans now. Oh, I didn't even see that. That's sweetie. Finally, a Hans Arabia game that could be good, Kappa? Why? I thought most Hans games were pretty entertaining of those tournaments, the 2v2 ones. I was pretty surprised because normally Hans, you have seen it hundreds of times, but yeah, today or in this tournament, the games were pretty entertaining, 2v2. So it's going to be Zuppi and TheMax however it goes. What? No. AOC on calendar is not right. It will be exactly Nikov and Miguel against whoever wins today. And the others leaving Saturday. That's why they have to play tomorrow. What did I just click here? Oh dear. I mean 1v2 Hans Arabia is boring, 1v1. We have seen a lot of those settings, so yeah, I can see why you will say that, but we have also seen entertaining games on Hans 1v1 Arabia. Okay guys, scores 1-1. It's still the loser's out. The winner continues to play for the title. And we are looking here. The bye-bye man. MbL. Reasonable goals, but where is this wood? Where is this wood? He needs to get that gold wood here in the front. Oh, maybe that wood. So that will be super ugly for him. Very, very tough map. Very tough map for MbL. Viper on the other side. A bit of a tighter map. We have Zuppi. Yeah, if he goes for that wood and that wood as well, he could have a nice tight wall as well. And we have TheMax. Very offensive gold spot, but he could build walls over here and then it should all be good for him as well. Yeah, lots of possibilities to wall. So I think the troublemaker, not really troublemaker, but Max trying to go for the steal. But yeah, the guy who will have a lot of problems, for very sure, to not get raided too much, will be MbL. Such an expensive wood here. At least it's very long. Is the Max now trying to get white here? Not 100% sure. And MbL is going for 4 villages on wood, so maybe Drush. Maybe just a skirm defense. He knows how bad his map looks like. The Viper 3 on wood. Zuppi 3 on wood. The Max 5 on wood. Now sending one more villager here. On the boar. That was just, more misclick. 5 sheep for the first boar. Untypical. Where are all his sheep? 2 over here. And MbL get 2? Where on the minimap And obviously we have 5, 6, and yeah, 7, 8. That makes sense. Steer kind of close to the berries here. And yeah, for now, very slow game, obviously. But yeah, I think the main point I said before will really be how MbL would try to play his map. Is gold exposed. Let's take a look at stone spots maybe. Okay, that one is able to get mined, and that one isn't great either. So if he wants to control all this area, he needs to go for 5, 6 towers as well. Or maybe a lot of wards. Or maybe they will play super aggressive. But the distance is long. And the spots are reasonable for the Finns. Now 3 villagers building 2 farms. That's a short misclick. Nothing typical happening here. And this looks the max. Didn't get 10 gold yet, so now we'll go and get those 10 gold. So he will go for the drush. We saw him sending 4 villagers on wood before. And now pushing some deer, his low HP scout. Yeah, being put to perfect use here. Same time we have the Zuppi pushing some deer as well. Going for second lumber camp here on the right hand side. And the Viper now going for loom. And defensive second lumber camp over here as well. So it's all in the reasonable range. MbL going for an interesting aggressive mill here as well. And high pop. Look at that. Pop 24 at least. And loom. So if he goes for loom, that's an interesting decision making. And he sees the drush. He knows about it. And Pep top 25, is he playing fast castle? That's not possible, right? Is he playing? This might be defensive drush into fast castle. Or what will we see? Oh, he will go on the other side with another lumber camp. I'm so confused. What is MbL doing? Please, someone tell me. Yeah, it's obviously not fast castle. That's something I know now as well. But it's a lot of food still. And oh, maybe look at other players. So I'm not that confused. We will see a stable now from the Viper. Please let me be right in something at least. Stable, stable. Okay, and stable. Okay, so that's not too surprising. Let's see. Rush now coming in, and MbL indeed defensive. Is he sending a villager again? Still remember, it's without loom for MbL here. 3 militia who might get out of position. He doesn't know about the militia of the max. Who, let's take a look, is on gold as well, so might go for MbL as well. It's such a scrappy game. I have no idea what's really going on. And even adding another villager instead of loom here. And he will get MbL defensively up, probably. Now looming and sending another villager. The max wants to run away till he gets feudal age and gets the MbL upgrade. Maybe forced into a fight here. Now having the MbL upgrade and beautiful positioning here by MbL and beautiful timing as well, but heavily outnumbered. Simply, that's a big problem. And it will be, look at that, 5 militia still left. Soon to be 5 MbL. Let's go into the point of view of the max. Those are, yeah, some very low HP, but archery range, we don't see MbL now going on to a lot of archers. MbL needs to wall. One skirmisher will not defend off against 5 MbL. Let's see, not a lot more coming in, but 2 archery ranges, and that's so exposed wood-wise. Let's take a look what he's going for. Palisade wall, trying to go up, and now 1 villager, at least getting lots of low HP here. And trying to micro back a bit. That's still a reasonable defense here by MbL. But those MbL, and 2 MbL down without a single kill. 3 MbL down against 1 scout. That's a beautiful hold here by MbL. Not 100% sure how he made it happen, but he did. Now scouts coming into the other side. You see no attack so far by the Viper and Zuppi, but they're going to double and go to the other side. The Viper trying to go for some attack though, but 3 spearmen out, so he should be able to defend somewhat. So many spearmen out by MbL, so he will be able to defend as well. Let's take a look. 1 villager. A lot of danger. And where are all the spearmen? 2 spearmen here. The villager, 4 HP and down. Good start here for the Viper. Is now going for B-Barrel compared to Zuppi's Bloodlines, who did run around a bit. And now MbL with this very bad spot. Now a defensive tower over here. And it's going for that stone, so I would not have thought that he would go for that wood, but looks fine now. Bloodlines even for the Viper as well. Might snack himself a villager. Will get 1 hit against 2 hits even against the spearman here. Now the Viper focusing down another spearman, and this is looking pretty good for the Viper. Getting a lot of kills done, and now again no spearman here, and Zuppi getting so many hits off. Or actually not hits off, but getting so many hits into his own face. Same time, his micro at the front. Reasonable, but not on the level like the Viper, I would say. Any stream always works. Another stream drop. That would be sad. Now Spearman finally doing some work, being focused down. But again, maybe Zuppi just should have waited to fight with 2 spearmen at once. Look at that. 1 spearman down, 1 spearman down, 1 spearman down. Now another 1 spearman coming in. At least getting some hits off. Finally! That's a spearman we've all been waiting for. Taking down 3 scouts. And yeah, Archer's now sneaking around in the back. But yeah, MbL just having a nice defensive position. Where's the rest of the army? Oh yeah, that would do a lot of damage if the Max would come over to the side of the Viper, who has nothing at the moment. And he doesn't have a defensive tower. Maybe that villager is trying to get something done. But yeah, those scouts being there and always scouting should tell the Viper something. Now archers coming in, and those 6 archers, I think they might do some damage. The Viper now up to castle age. Oh, I didn't even find all of the sheep. Let's take a look at the Viper, and maybe he will get cut off all his gold spots here. 2 spearmen down. Now the scouts coming in as well. The Viper pulling his villagers. 1 has to go down for very sure. Being taken off of gold. 1 down, 2 down, 3 in danger. And I think they should run through the TC. Let's take a look. 4 archers on the left. 3 maybe. 4 archers. They don't have the highest HP at the moment. Maybe they should have went through the TC and just taken a big fight here against all the villagers, but yeah, they will try to be more annoying. Maybe should try to run around a bit more. MbL sending some of his army, but will it really do too much? Not 100% sure. Same time we have the Zuppi being up now, but without getting too much damage on. Less than 3 to you as well. Archers now. MbL coming to the other side, and this is, if I have to give an advantage, it's looking better for defense, I have to say. Yes. Oh, but 1 scout here with Bloodlines and +1 defense. Obviously super good against only 4 archers. Now the clear up will be real. Let's take a look. Oh, those scouts didn't find anything. Archers now going to the other side, but against 1 layer of palisades, 2 stables up. Zuppi, he will have a nice defense for sure. Has Bloodlines, has a +1 defense as well. Oops, sorry. And oh, but he actually is open. Oh, what is Zuppi doing? Does he want to build a defensive tower? Does he want to build a defensive market and stable? Whoops! One villager down, 22 HP, 12 HP, and ooh, that stay will not get denied. Take a look, one villager, ooh, 4 HP. Trying to get some defense up here. Zuppi still not up to castle age. Trying to get the stable onto more and more HP. Nice walls, more Knights of the Viper now trying to help out as well. And Zuppi, I think he might struggle a bit. Desperately trying to get it to see, need to get it to see up, but oh, that's a risky TC. That's such a risky TC. Next monastery even coming up here. One villager down. Second villager might lose her life. Now the archers are pushing in and Zuppi, that will be so tough for you. Monastery will not go up. That's probably the GG moment. What can they do? Oh, the villagers will go down. That TC will be denied. Oh, the archer, more knights coming in here, but +2 defense. Oh, the villagers, look at that. Zuppi is going down 35 villagers only. That villager trying to sneak around, trying to get the TC up. Look at that, all the denies here. But now the wood spot is exposed as well. Oh, Goddy. MbL should probably get them onto expos before he gets cleared up from MbL. And Zuppi trying to save some of his villagers. And yeah, just a blink of an eye when I said the Finns are in the better spot, we can see. Now the +2 is so strong. I think this should be the clear up here for Zuppi and TheMax, but with what losses, so many villagers went down at the left hand side. And now they're behind roughly 10 villagers. Yeah, that's a nice clear up, and all the archers will go down before we can see the upgrades kicking in. But Zuppi, being set so far behind here. And even losing more villagers at the front. One more down, one spearman more down. Trying to get another TC up. MbL going with all the upgrade. Expoman, Bodkin Arrow, Bolsaw, Thumbring, Gold Chef Mining. He really knows what he wants to go for. He wants to go for 4 range CA. Maybe you could make an argument for 3 ranges and bloodlines. So just give them this extra HP if you want to go for mass, but for now, he will go for a lot of crossbowmen. TheMax on the other side will go for 3 archery ranges on his own. Will have 2 extra TCs. The Viper now focusing his, or changing his focus and going to the other side. Zuppi trying to heal all his knights, trying to get his eco back on track. And yeah, 8 villagers ahead is the Norwegian team here. Now trying to get some more raids in, but only with knights. Means you won't be able to break this area. And Zuppi, 47 villagers kind of in the stabilizing position. I think the main issue will be the military count, but TheMax has nice military as well, and he might be able to combine it. Some CA at home. Getting some damage done against the Knights of the Viper, who's trying to micro back his Knights. TheMax not getting any damage on it. Now I sent crossbowmen behind as well. Let's take a look. Siege Workshop wall not in time. Viper going for +2 defense. Max now finally getting his stable up, and the Viper and MbL, beautiful team play, doing another raid here at the other side and trying to go for some more damage. One more villager going down. Where is TheMax's army? The Expos are out of position. The CA out of position as well. Actually, both troops of CA out of position. And now going for Bloodlines, going for Thumbring, and going for the +2 defense. So probably waiting for all the upgrades. But look at that. Again, 30 villagers idle here. So good for MbL and the Viper. Max now trying to go for a fight. Wants to wait for Bloodlines, and then he will clear this up. I would say +2 defense for the Viper might help out, but the Knights obviously took some damage before. We can see the CA now from the top coming in as well, trying to clear up. And yeah, that's a beautiful team play here by our Norwegian team. Obviously in TeamSpeak helps out coordinating those attacks. Ballistics now coming in as well. The Viper is going for a hand cut, and that's a nice clear up, but that did cost TheMax a lot as well. Trying to go for more villager killed. 2 more villager kills. Nope, denied. And Now the Max and Zuppi licking their wounds, and let's see how we are looking into this game. The Viper, heavy eco. 20 villagers ahead. MbL 15 villagers behind. Look at that! 5 TC eco setup here for the Viper. 2 stables, now going for more stables. Let's take a look at his resources. Is he looking into MbL? No, he will go for full knights, I predict. Going for defensive monastery, and then he will flood the hell out of Zuppi. He is going for some stables as well. Has more knights at this very moment, but the Viper's production will be so good, having 20% more production here, or production speed, out of his Hans stables as well, helping out. And trying to get a monastery home. That probably will be denied. Maybe the Zuppi will find a perfect timing here before the Viper can get onto a lot of military, but only 5 behind at the moment. All his military is in his base. Let's take a look. This monastery, this relic is denied, or maybe the monk touchdown, but he's getting another monastery as well. Now the beautiful double coming in. MbL totally out of position. And let's take a look. The Max will have so much damage output, having ballistics as well. MbL only now getting ballistics. And Zuppi, I think he should even consider adding more stables. 2 stables now against 4 stable production. That's better in the long run for the Viper and MbL. But for now, we can see the return of the damage. And those are 4 very big armies here. And one interesting Hans game again. Zuppi now overcommitting a bit. Needs to fall back. The Max going for some beautiful snipes. Is there any hills that we can take to fight on is a question for both teams. They're now trying to run, maybe trying to take a fight from here, from this very hill, or are they trying to run a bit more? And that moment denied as well. Let's take a look if the convert can get accomplished. No, there, yes, just barely in range. And Zuppi, what is your macro, dude? And now they're splitting off armies, and yeah, that means Zuppi will lose a lot, and in the end we will see the Max being cleared up as well, trying to get some raids going on at the front as well. The Viper now up to stunning 130 army. Look at that, 800 food, 800 gold, and 800 wood in the bank. Enough stone forecast as well. Not producing knights at the moment. He wants to go up to MbL, wants to go up onto more knights afterwards. Let's see if the Max can maybe get his CA home without too many losses. At the moment it looks like he maybe can. The Viper up, the Max up. Same time we have Zuppi now trying to expand. Only 3 stables, 4 stables now. And his castle age time will be so much later. Let's take a look. Yeah, lacking a lot of gold. And that's a beautiful raiding here by the Max. MbL falling behind further and further. Overall villager count 10 ahead for our Norwegians. Zuppi now on the way to MbL as well. Let's take a look. What? How did he manage that? Did he abuse a market? Yes, he has a market here, so that makes a lot of sense then. And yeah, the Max taking a good fight here. Having the hill against, yeah, at least the army he was fighting against. And whoop. Losing some CA here, not all of them going back. Let's take a look at MbL. 65 food only, so he will be in Castle Age for ages. Makes sense. And yeah, the rest will play with high-tech army here. Heavy CA, lots of cavaliers out as well. And oh, actually the Viper needs that gold spot. Where is this gold? He will get that one. Yeah, that's even an extra gold, I believe. Already starting to trade. That's early. But then Viper needs to control that gold, I believe. Where's all his gold spots? Oh, they're still here. Okay. So he's in a reasonable position, getting somewhat good rates in this Zuppi here. Look at that. And the Viper needs to go back, and that's so good for Zuppi to just look at that knight split even. It's a beautiful stuff. He's losing a lot of army, but keeping the Viper at home is just the thing that he needed for now. Just buying his team a bit more time. Let's take a look. The Max does not want to defend his hill. Well, actually he does want to, but he simply cannot because he has so much army spread around at the side as well. MbL miraculously going up to MbL as well. I'm not really sure how that happened. He He has a nice amount of farm, so, and yeah, he's not producing any food units, so that makes sense. We now have Zuppi reaching in PLH as well. The Viper has a small window where he could do some damage. Let's take a look if he is able to. Zuppi, 2 very exposed TCs with all his gold income there. We have the Max now going for chemistry and patent tactics. Grace is already being researched. He needs to go back and defend, I believe, against the Viper. Look at that amount of stables. That's an overkill if you ask me, but yeah, as we said before, only 175 wood. Actually, something you can absolutely spare at this point of the game. So be getting all the upgrades, and it seems like the Norwegians playing it 1v1 and the Finnish trying to double here and try to defend. Zuppi trying to go for the aggression, at the same time getting raided at home. Maybe the Max, but the Max still without heavy CA. Could get some damage done. I wish he has a nice damage output there with roughly 30 CA, and doing some more on the other side, going now for heavy CA, and Zuppi maybe can defend. You see even nice repairs, and the Viper is going back, so that went pretty well for our Finnish guys here. Now going in for the big raid again, and super exposed food eco. No defensive castles, no defensive units. The Viper meanwhile got paladins in. Roughly 10% paladin research here for Zuppi at the same time. Why aren't they taking this fight? I think they heavily have the numbers. Where are all the CA of the Max? Trying to go in. Trying to go for the defensive walls here is MbL and a lot of patrol. Let's take a look. Zuppi now running. Got beautiful raids in. But so was the Viper, and that looks to be a very even game here. And we have CA again. Oh, CA Paladin against Paladin CA. So, yeah, pretty happy how this game is going. More raids coming in, but the trade, look at that, 24 trade cards already out by the Viper. 4 markets going full time here, and only now we can see the trade running for our Finnish guys. Let's take a look. That should be a good fight for Zuppi and the Max here. Not the greatest amount of units out for the Viper, only 32. It's absolutely reasonable compared to Zuppi, who has the same amount, but the CA count is just so much better for the Max, who's actually catching off guard all the Rams here at this time. Where is MbL's army? Just coming here now, and that's a lot of HP lost on those Rams, who could have soaking up so much damage later on as well. Viper now going for defensive castles where normally you didn't want to build some. Normally you want to have them here on the hill. The Viper now trying to be a bit more present on the map, trying to take the fight here, which would absolutely be horrible for him. I think he cannot take this fight. That would be so bad for the Viper. How is Zuppi trying to reposition himself? CA now still on the hill. What is Zuppi doing? Why are they retreating? They have the hill, they have the numbers. What is this bad positioning by Zuppi? The Viper is coming in, and how is he doing this? Is he fighting 2 against 1? The Max is trying to go for more and more micro here, and I have no idea why they're not taking this fight. Weird stutter step micro. We can see this looks so good. The Max retreating. Look at that. He's fighting against 1 single paladin. And suddenly, I have no idea how the Viper made it happen, but the Max and Zuppi with better armies there retreating. And now MbL is coming in, and we can finally see a 2v2 engagement here. Team's trying to wall up a bit. But yeah, Hans walls against potentially siege Rams, or they won't last for long. Zuppi now at 147 villagers, maybe a bit too much if you don't have enough trade out. Let's take a look. He still is getting a reasonable amount of gold in. More raids here, and yeah, that's a beautiful spot that needs to be defended. Zuppi is now going for harbor deals as well, knowing that he's a bit late when it comes to the gold switch, and losing a lot of gold villagers, and every villager is now dying there with some gold in the hand is obviously a paladin less produced, or at least a fraction of it. Not the greatest positioning here. This TC might even go down. And more raids coming in at the front. I'm looking at those sheep for the 10th time now, I believe. CA's trying to defend more and more. Third layer here, but as we said before, it's just buying him a little bit of time. It's not really like an unbreakable area. Viper 40 trade cards running already. What a quick, beautiful transition here by our star player, by probably the #1 player in the world. And you can, in those games, you can see why. Going on to Paladins, going on to the quick transition, having the trade set up, now going for siege rams. He will have Paladin siege rams against a struggling Zuppi. He is somewhat switching into Halberdiers, now running behind the big armies here. Now they will get the run in here, maybe even trying to go for some trade kills. The Max has so many CA. Look at that, 80 army out, but oh no, that's actually MbL. 80 army out for the Max as well though. And yeah, it looks all reasonable, but the trade, that's really what struggled so much. And oh, MbL, what is this? Having a lot of skirms out here, and that will easily be cleared up by Zuppi. Nice spread here, killing lots of trade, killing so many villagers, idling a lot of TCs as well, or a lot of villagers and forcing them into the TCs. At the same time, we have the push here. Let's take Zuppi trying to defend that castle, most likely will go down. And I said like Halberdier defense, but yeah, actually it's only spearmen or pikemen at the moment with +1/+1, so they will not contribute too much. And easy is clear up alive. But all those trade cards going down, just compare the overall trade card amount of the team here. Maybe MbL now going for Paladins as well, doing all the switch up. Halberdier upgrade missing so much. He wants to go for the Spearman defense, +4/+2. But will it be enough? If you don't have Halberdier upgrade, it feels like the Viper's push will be so strong. MbL very low pop since he got very pushed. Yeah. Here very hard, and the Max, maybe what can he do? Should he go for the defense, try to save Zuppi, who is going for Halberdiers finally, or should he go for the big trade rate? They're now pushing in with all the rams. MbL trying to get more walls up, maybe. Yes, he is, but that will not be enough. But CA is missing. We can see the Max is coming here now. That castle will even be denied. 30 trade cards compared to 70. More barracks coming in. Zuppi is really struggling. Only at 100 villagers, so he lost over 50 villagers in this game. Castle will go down. All this barracks will go down as well. More rams, and they're trying to buy more time for his team. Now going for the defensive stable and barracks as well. Halberdier, CA, Paladin defense coming in here for MbL. He's going for all the units. Halberdier defense here by Zuppi. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's kind of what he was forced into because he was transitioning into trade cards a bit late. And yeah, we saw all the guys going for a bit of a small phase where they didn't have unlimited gold. Or at least you can see that they didn't have unlimited gold because they couldn't keep up with the production. Now the big push is coming in here. Maybe that's a possibility for Finland here. Pushing in that trade area and defending at the same time at home. The defense looks possible. The push not so much, I would say. Although there's a lot of paladins from Zuppi now having a close distance here against the army of MbL, which is absolutely dwindling. But look at the supply here. Zuppi only at 120. The rest at a strong 200. Look at that, losing so much of the trade, losing so much of the ground. That was all Zuppi's area just a minute ago. And the defense by MbL is real as well. And this castle of the Max, nice position, opening himself up for a lot of raids, but the push is just so real. Where is the Viper's army at the moment? Only at 20 military. That's a bit surprising to me as well. Not 100% sure why that happened. Max still in a beautiful position, has a lot of rams out here. We'll get the siege workshop of MbL, and with this positioning, maybe the Viper did sling all his gold to MbL. Is that an option so that he can make the hold? But that meant the Viper lost all his aggression here in the right flank, but not all the aggression. Maybe one single ram can take out the last market, which would absolutely stop all the trade. MbL now pushing back. Zuppi's forward. The Viper now switching on to CA. What is going on? We have a CA player and a Paladin player. The CA player switches into Paladins. The Paladin player switches into CA. What? What? Not 100% sure why, but yeah, that's what we saw here. Zuppi now getting a lot of food to get up with his Harvard production. Now going for some scouts even. I'm not 100% sure how 3 scouts perform against 30 paladins. This time the paladins won, maybe next time the scouts have a better chance. And yeah, now the CA beautifully positioned, but no meat shield in front, no halberdiers to fight against the paladins at the front here. And that means paladins again being so active in the map. And now suddenly the max even dropping down, and that's a GG moment. As we said so many times, the trade just winning it for the Viper here, getting so many paladins out, forcing the max to go to the other side. Therefore, MbL's defense was successful, and yeah, MbL with this very bad map still able to hold the Viper, getting full 5 TC build here, going for so many paladins, and Zuppi and the max. Zuppi, yeah, that was probably the GG moment here. I didn't want to I called it very early, but they gave themselves a good shot of still staying in it. In the end, Zuppi not having the greatest eco to switch on to enough paladins and enough halberdiers. Look at that, 13k trade against a bit of a joke. I want to be too rude, but very small trade. Very small trade. So 2-1. That's something we knew before the game. And now we have the TIFF draft. But they did the TIFF draft in game, so I can't tell you anything about that. What is like, I have a weird looking hair at the moment. And yeah, I will try to catch some breath, and then we will be back. Wonderful.
Hälsa. Fiskimaffa. Erectus. Erectus.
Okay, guys. So 2-1 for MbL and the Viper here. Both teams obviously trying to find their way into the grand finals against Miguel and Nikov. Now we have a TIFF draft system. The loser picks first, then the winner, then the loser, then the winner. No Aztecs, Mayans, and Hunts. So let's see what we got here in game number 4. We have MbL playing the Spanish again. We have the Viper playing Britain, so I can kind of see a Knight, Expo, and later on Pele and Arbalest composition here. On the other side we have Persians for the Max and Mongols for Zuppi, so I can see again Expo Knights here, so interesting stuff from both teams. Kind of tough to judge who has a better composition here. Probably Mongols together with Persians and late Imp, but Spanish with their trade really helping out a lot. But do Britons really need that big of a trade? Not that much. So together with Mongols. I would have loved to see the TIFF draft. So we're not trying to go for the lane here. And yeah, nice denial by MbL. Getting one hit. Extra, more than necessary, and Zuppi now. Still no born, as you see, only now getting one. Versus the other one very defensive there. Oh, very far back. Let's take a look at the maps. Zuppi has a super open map. That will be extremely ugly for him to defend. MbL, everything up front, but everything pretty tied together, so I don't mind that map. The Viper, defensive gold, defensive wood, aggressive berries, but still, most important resources are wood and gold, so that's reasonable for him. Defensive wood for the Max, but not the biggest one, and defensive gold, but where is this, like, wood that he can expand to? Probably this one to the right hand side later on. So no one with the great map and no one with the worst map. Probably Zuppi, the guy with potential most struggle. What you can see, okay, he's now going for the deers here in the back. I think Viper expect MbL to die and factors in extra eco for that. Not really. But yeah, he had a lot of villagers for very short last game. Take a look, villager lame here, 8 HP for the Max. But it's totally fine on this. Oh, actually that was a pretty early second 4 if you ask me. Villager 4 HP. Jumping into the TC and it's fine. How does he have 6 villagers on wood here? What is the strategy? The Max? Second lumber camp over here. That's a weird strategy. I think he will struggle with food. Honestly, doesn't he even have all his sheep? No. But looks to be on the way to get it, yeah. That's so weird here. 21 loom. It might be enough, but that was interesting. 434, like I said. And he wanted to see, but why did he send? Look at that, 2nd villagers on wood already. And now again, look at 470 food, 480 food. Now he needs to drop all his berry guys. Okay, so Zuppi had the same not perfect start. And we can see the Viper and MbL, just 1 villager more and 15 seconds behind, so they are 10 seconds ahead when it comes to Dark Age. Not the biggest things, but yeah, something very unnecessary. And 10:37 is actually incredibly good. Like 10:30 is the perfect time that you could achieve if you play in a vacuum. But like you obviously have 2-3 seconds delay at the start. Then you have to have like 2-3 seconds before clicking to feudal age. You have to fit in loom somewhat. So 7 seconds delay only is pretty damn near perfect. Like if I achieve 10:40, 10:45, I'm happy with myself. But 10:37, that's absolute world class there. Take a look, double villager for the house. And stable now. On the other side we have the Viper, probably not having the barracks finished yet. And yeah, he's playing it pretty open. We'll go for archers. Max going for scouts. Zuppi going for archers. MbL going for scouts. Let's say MbL before the Max going for scouts. And the Viper still without a production facility, only now going for archers. Just a minute after, or yeah, a minute after he reached feudal age, only starting his archery range. That's a bit surprising. Oh, and Zuppi is playing it aggressively against that wood of MbL. Understandable. He's going aggressively with archers and spearmen. And we'll have a defensive tower here. Let's take a look. What does Zuppi really see? He doesn't know about that walls, but he knows about that wood line here. And yeah, that's not a huge forward, but let's only to build one single tower here. And MbL should have no idea that this is coming. He sees the archery ranges at home. He maybe even saw the wolf is here still. So yeah. And where does MbL go from here? Probably this backwood, but that's pretty far away from him. He doesn't have the opportunity to build a defensive tower now, only now going for towers, and yeah, that will be ugly for him. At the same time, we now have some scouts coming in, but the Viper has one spearman at home. Should be pretty, yeah, doable as a defense here. Max going for lots of walls. Look at that. There's 2 villagers all around. And now the tower's up. And let's see what's MbL's reaction. None for now. Trying to micro at the front. You still didn't see it. Even building a mining camp now without knowing that he is out of wood. And still has a farm in production. So at the moment he's at 39 wood and needs to go for stragglers now to get himself more wood to build another lumber camp even. So yeah, not the fastest awareness, but it's all in time. He had 2 villagers on stragglers, so that's okay. And that defensive tower, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This should be out of range. Or is it? Let's take a look. I think this should be out of range of this tower. Yeah. We just counted correctly. You would have needed to build a tier. Oopa! Zuppi's villagers! Why is you going there? 13 HP! Oh, but got home. And now MbL, that's so ugly to micro that. Okay, on the other side, what did we miss? We have some defense of the Viper and MbL coming over as well. We didn't see any kills. Look at that. We had 1630 and we have 1 single kill. And that was this one spearman here. So yeah, I don't want to call it passive game, but very kill unintense game. Double palisade wall. So this seems like the Max and Zuppi feel like they have the better army composition. And look at that, it's so ugly for MbL. Now he's even doing fletching to get this one range up against the tower. And Zuppi, is he on stone? No, he is not. So he can't build another tower there. Zuppi can simply, let's take a look. Oh, that's not a great positioning for a villager to repair, indeed, yeah. Let's take a look. Do we have any aggression here going against the Viper? Oh, there might do some, and the Viper needs to return here. Yep, indeed, as you can see, the army moving back. You know, needs to maybe even consider quick walling some. Maybe deleting a house to let his army in here at the front. But yeah, actually the army isn't that big here of the Finns. Mainly because Zuppi's army is still at home very much. And the Viper now realizing, yeah, I have enough to defend. And he's going for the aggression. Let's take a look. The Max is completely walled, but only with one palisade wall. The Max now up to Castle Age though. Going for the +1 defense. Viper defending that, and I think he might get in, but against that, 3 knights will have to clear it up. Bloodline's already researched for the Max, shouldn't be a big problem. MbL now defending his stone spots here. Oh, his wood, I mean. Let's take a look. Zuppi now trying to find another way to do some damage. The Viper now going over to Zuppi, and oh, he would have enough if he spotted maybe the mill of Zuppi can really help himself out. Let's take a look how the engagement goes here. Zuppi +1, the Viper +1. The Max, where are his knights? They're now coming, and they could maybe even get there in time. Let's take a look. Mongol archers against Britain archers, but since we are only in feudal age, it doesn't matter too much. And now again they're switching their target and are going for MbL again. The Viper asking, and I didn't spot Zuppi. If he saw all the archers coming in here, let's go into Zuppi's point of view. What does he see? Will he lose villagers, and if yes, how many? 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, and yeah, it was an early reaction, but still lost 3 villagers in an instant. Where are all his archers? Oh god, he's so far out of position. I think he should have seen it here. And what is it? How is he moving his villagers away? Look at that, so many villagers not working at this moment, and that flock of archers just so nice for for the Viper. And what is Zuppi doing? Why is he not pulling back any of his archers? Does he think, okay, we can kill MbL here? This has to be GG. The Viper absolutely destroying Zuppi here. And at the same time, now the knights need to do major damage. All the archers coming in as well. MbL needs to lose at least 10 villagers here to not lose this game here for the Finns. Some villagers going down, some knights, beautiful position, but they're going back. I think they would have needed to stay in there. The Viper having so many crossbows out now. Knights still only +1 defense upgrade, and 1 shot already fully on 1 knight, so that's a lot of damage. What are they going for now? And they're switching back again, and that's just ping pong being played between 2 enemies, and that's normally beautiful if you can do some damage, but at the moment they simply cannot achieve the damage, and therefore just so tough. Crossbows now getting 1 knight down, 2 knights very low, the second one at 70 HP, and now the villagers will just die. Look at that, Zuppi cannot do anything. And the Max is just out of position to defend. Only +1 defense, still +1 defense, +2 defense now coming in. The Viper is trying to micro further forward. Will snag more and more villagers. Look at that. That's just so brutal. The Viper getting the kills done, playing his Britons. He loves those Britons for their crossbows and their micro possibilities. They'll be trying to run around, but down to 30 villagers. At the same time, we have the Maxo at 60 villagers. 2 TC, only out of 2 TCs. How did that happen? Probably the only guy who never got really raided. Let's take a look. MbL trying to go for knights, trying to expand, trying to get a TC up. Now enough crossbows out to clear that up what the Viper has. Oh, there's a third TC of the Max, okay. Forging now, husbandry out as well. Zuppi is going for kind of the rebound, but oh boy, is he behind. Oh yeah, just someone pointed out 22-2 kill sets just a minute ago, 22-3 now. At the same time, we have Zuppi losing 23 more units than he actually killed. But that will change a bit. Beautiful, 8-29 stats. But the max, one kill set, and that night was dying 1 minute ago. So he played 26 minutes without losing a single unit and only killing one. And look at that again, now MbL going in for the right hand side, the Viper going in for the raid at the left hand side. Zuppi is there to kind of try to defend. Let's see what positioning the Viper will be able to get here. The Max now has the army to clear it up, but he's not really getting into the position to get into a good fight here. Amazing micro by the Viper. MbL now coming in, losing a lot of HP before the first hits as well. Some knights beautifully positioned, and yeah, that will be a nice clear up here. And finally, a small win for our Finnish players. Let's take a look. If the Max is getting more defense up, we have the Viper with a lot of army knocking at the door of the Max. Knights trying to find more kills here against Zuppi. They're running towards the safety of their friendly Expo friends. Same time, only 3 stables out for the Max. Now building a not so nice stables. Knights can easily get trapped here. MbL's not out in the numbers we want to see them, because the amount at the moment is only at 0. More stables coming up for MbL. XTC is kind of expanding, but Zuppi so far behind, so far in his own base as well, and Viper just so present, putting so much pressure on. As you can see, sniping so many villagers. The Max being forced to idle a lot of his eco, now going for market. Siege workshop finally out, but Mangonel finally out. I assume that's Mangonel in there. But the villager advantage of like 15 just, dwindled down to basically even. 3 TCs for the Viper. He will even build a 4th one, or that lumber camp? Lumber camp, I would assume. And now the big fight. The Viper has a hull. The Max is trying to go for the first round, but that's not the numbers. Oh, that's a nice positioning. The Max trying to getting some Knights in there, but still Knights running around too, not fighting. Some scouts still not fighting as well. And that's a beautiful surround by the Max, and a great positioning, but could have been even more cost efficient, I would say. University now for Zuppi trying to go for ballistics, and we'll get some easy kills against MbL. The Max clearing up what the Viper did throw at him, but let's compare resources from the Max. 55 food, 200 gold, and the Viper clicking up in PLH any second, just like I would have thought. But yeah, the distance is short, and he could go for some damage, but now Monastery and Crossbow, so Monastery and Barracks, so he wants to go for the defense against the Mass Knights here of the Max. He wants to go for exactly that, but more crossbows here from Zuppi, and they need to push in now, they need to do the damage now, but perfect timing for the Viper to set up a castle and just make the defense real for him, buying himself so much more time. And then the push will be stopped over here. Maybe the push on the right hand side, but that's so much tougher. Very tight choke area here. Zuppi and the Max now pushing in, and they're getting some sweet kills in, but they need to get a lot in. Maybe even try to go to the right hand side, and then they can stop a lot of the eco, but they're trying to go for the top, and they think this is the better spot, and normally it is. But in this very moment, we have the Viper already putting up the castle at the perfect place, and therefore he will get into MPLH without being punished for it. No attacks on the other side. Zuppi pretty is running, going for a lot of crossbows. Max now clicked up to MbL. Is the Viper going for a lot of halberdiers? Kind of seems like it here. Don't see any crossbows. Only one crossbow in production at the moment. Still have some from before. Oh, isn't that a bit? No, it isn't. It isn't a bit. It's just what he wanted to do. Just poking a bit. You can easily retreat into the range of the castle. And yeah, Zuppi and TheMax just losing so much time trying to run around, trying to find another angle at the same time. MbL is trying to go in for some rage, but beautiful quick walls here by Zuppi. And I still hear some villagers dying, but could have absolutely been more. TheMax, he's so much out of position. Look at that. And now the push is coming in. MbL will easily snag those two magnets, and then Arbalest with braces. Look at that. 10 range soon to be reached, and then what can they do? We can see TheMax now coming in at the back. We'll snag a lot of villagers, that's guaranteed, but how many will he lose at the front? MbL on the way to MbL at the same time. Now they will go for the TC. Persian TC helping out a bit there, but against that amount of knights, Arbalest, no repair, trap even. That will be so tough for him. Cavalry upgrade now, and +4. Does he really have numbers now? 40 military. Actually, everyone very close in military here. No aggression by Zuppi anymore. Where is his MbL timing? He's now going for monastery. Has a university, but only for a lot of crossbowmen. Let's see. Nice walls here by the Viper, but only as long as the crossbowmen aren't getting there. And now we can see the Norwegians pushing down against TheMax. Who needs more time? And as I said before, the stable at the unfortunate positioning that one knight is even getting trapped here. Military of TheMax only at 40. He is having lots of army on the other side, and now we can see Zuppi running around, not doing any damage, now going back. And the big push is coming in here. MbL, he is fighting before he has MbL upgrade, or maybe not. He would have had the numbers. Some Cavaliers trying to find some damage here at the back as well. MbL trying to stay at the hill and protecting the Viper, probably being requested by him. TheMax is now sending everything back. All the crossbowmen are coming in as well, but crossbowmen, Mongol crossbowmen from Castle Age, still with one defense upgrade missing against Imperial Arbalest of the Britons. Everyone in the chat knows how this is going. This is not going too good for our Mongols player here in the blue trunks. No Cavaliers, they will wait for the +4 and then we'll go in and fight maybe even before MbL is getting all his upgrades done. That would be the perfect timing for our Finnish stars here. And they up before they engage. They already designed. How anticlimactic is that? Guys, you're playing for thousands and millions of viewers around the world, and you're resigning before the game. Yeah, has his final engagement. Yeah, but the game was done. We can agree on that. Arbalest beautifully positioned, lots of knights out. Zuppi is still somewhat far behind. And where did he lose the game? Probably Zuppi moving out there unprotected, and then he was completely done. And yeah, that was just so ugly for him. Achievements. The Viper, most killing guy. In the end, he lost a lot of Arbalest and a lot of villagers in the raid there in the back. That was pretty big. Let's take a look at timeline. Zuppi actually saved a lot of the villagers, but was so ugly for him. Didn't need to move them so far away. And the score is 3-1 for MbL and the Viper. Let's see what the chat had to say. 22 to kill to death ratio. Thanks for pointing that out, mate. Max Insane Boomer he is. Yeah, indeed. That was pretty convincing. How quickly he got to 60 builds there. Britons always kill Mongols in Castle Age. Yeah, kind of. That's why you need the Persians to really go on a lot of knights in aggression. Mongols are such a greedy pick. Apart from the power spike in early feudal, they aren't much different than Saracens. What? Seems like you didn't play against Mangudais often enough, or you didn't die against Mangudais often enough to say something like that. They have to play for the late game. Yes, they tried. Zuppi and TheMax did try to go for the late game, but they, yeah, with Zuppi dying late feudal age, the game looked so bad for them. Who did Viper and MbL lose to winner bracket? Against Nikov and Nikov and Miguel, who are now waiting in the winner bracket finals, or not winner bracket finals, grand finals. MbL only won with trade cards. What? One guy in the chat once said Mongols is the most overrated civ by pros. Can't agree more. What would you want him to pick? Like he can't pick Britons. Oh wait, Mongols. Yeah, you can't pick Britons. You can't pick Persians, you can't pick Spain, you can't pick Aztecs, Mayans, Huns. What is your next civilization? You can go for Saracens if you want to. But... or maybe they pick Mongols second. Vikings? You basically... give out the just lose the game when it goes to Imperial Age. It's the worst civilization in Imperial Age, and yeah, but they have a pretty strong Castle Age. We can agree on that. Yeah, Persians were already picked. Celts. I can see why you want to go for Celts. Yeah. And Mongols are the best late game civ. I mean, their ecos suck, and you don't always get to late game because of that. Yeah, that's a problem. Like that's we can do a graph like when they are strong, like early feudal. What do we want to do? I think I want to do it from here, like early feudal age strengths, Castle Age weakness, Imperial Age strengths. That's how Mongols work, and Persians are like feudal age strengths, Castle Age strengths, Imperial Age strengths. So they're helping out. Spanish are like feudal age strengths, or feudal age strengths, Castle Age strengths without conquistadors, Imperial Age strengths. So you don't have to die. If your Persians is having more knights than the Spanish, and you have only a bit fewer crossbows than the Brits, you can still go for reasonable fights. I think Mongols didn't lose that game. If they had Britons, they still would have lost it, and at the same point. Okay, let's take a look at chat. Koreans, great idea, mate. Chinese, Japanese are super bad. Chinese, I think they're underrated. That's not the worst idea. Missing paladins sucks, but they can go for reasonable crossbows. Nice team bonus. The start is risky with Chinese though. Seems Korean might be a reasonable pick. No. Like Koreans, we can go again like feudal age strengths, Castle Age strengths, Imperial Age strengths. Like they're so weak. Like one of the weakest feudal age civs, one of the weakest Castle Age civs, and Imperial Age, very immobile. So you have to fight at one front. So the graph ones where all civs got grades for every agent situation. Yeah. But like the graph is way too complex. Like you have to compare 1v1s, team games with trade, team games without trade, land maps, water maps, mixed maps, closed maps. It has to be like 16 graphs for every civilization to really have something to put into. Teutons. I like Teutons. Yeah. They don't have the possibility to go for crossbowman. X's mistakes was not to knowing where Viper was hanging out with his 14 archers. He should have never gotten out MbL with the first night when he already had the scouts there instead of knowing what Viper was up to. They were putting on pressure at the same time against the Viper, but then got defended and then knew that some crossbows were around. I think Zuppi reacted poorly, but he had a very bad map. That's what we pointed out before. But Civ choices that decided that. Agreed. It was Viper's sneak and Zuppi's lack of preparedness, strategy, decision making. Agreed. Viper's factor won the game. Depends on what the Viper factor is. You're right that Britain should kill Mongols 1-1 in early import castle. A lot of the time, yes. They do. Don't have the possibilities for exports, what the fuck? Well, not like a real transition. Like your eco bonus is helping you out. You don't have the possibilities for Arbalest, so you would never go for crossbows if you have Teutons. You would have to write a PhD dissertation to get it right. I would. Might be interesting, well, for 50 people in the world maybe. But yeah, I would write it with a lot of passion. We can be sure about that. So we now discussed a lot of the civilizations which could be possible, like fourth pick, third pick, and now we see a lot of them, and that should make a lot of you very happy because now we can see MbL going for Teutons. We have the Viper playing Celts, so that's a pretty strong composition, I would say. Chinese for Zuppi and Malians for TheMax. MbL trying to go for a very early boar steal here. And interesting house placement. What is this? Okay. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure that I changed the overlay. Yes, I did. So yeah, some nice discussion in between games. Arabia again. Masters of Arabia 2v2 is the name of the tournament, and yeah, it will be only Arabia on the menu for this whole tournament. Not Mayans? I want to say Japanese for the max. Mayans, Aztecs, Huns, and all the 4 civilizations from the game before were banned here. It is hidden civilization. Oh no, it's a pick system. Like the Max and Zuppi pick Civ first, then the Viper and MbL pick, then the Max and Zuppi pick, and then the Viper and MbL pick. I'm a bit surprised that the Max and Zuppi went up with Japanese. I think something like Chinese Teutons or Chinese Celts would have been a bit stronger. I'm not that big of a Japanese fan. Like, you have Chinese and then you go for a civilization which goes for archers. Why don't you go for Celts? Oh, maybe they picked Celts first. Okay, I'm pretty sure how the ban was going on. Zuppi went for Chinese, then the Viper went for Celts, then they went for Japanese. Because they needed a civilization with archers. Let's take a look. That was a pretty good engagement here for MbL. And the Max wants to not go for Loom. Uh-oh, that could be a lame. It could be a lame. MbL trying to go in. This could be a block against the villager. 2 hits already, 3 hits done, and that's a successful lame. MbL at its best. Oh, wait. The boy isn't killing the villager. The scout got the kills done. And yeah, that was just risky by TheMax. Not sure why he went for that. Oh, the villager! Oh god, I got a bit excited when she was, standing there. And yeah, MbL at its best. Nice triple deer here. Remember guys, 3-1 is something that the scoreboard says. Actually, scoreboard, a bit to the right if you ask me. That's better. And that means, since we're on the best of 7, we have 3 match points here for the Norwegians against Finnish. Guys here. It is, I believe, seed number 1 against seed number 7 or something like that. So normally on paper at least, we should see a win from the Norwegians here, winning the Scandinavian duel, but that's not all that counts. We have seen a lot of surprises. Obviously, seed, I believe 2, 3, and 4 are already out. We already lost back T-Slam, Fire, Togao, Ryut, Doubt. So incredible teams already going down. Down, I mean. Oh, the Viper coming with his faster militias. And Zuppi not knowing his timings. And the wall going up too late. 23 HP only on that villager. And let's take a look. Is the Viper maybe able to snag that one? Normally he shouldn't. But militia of the Celts really showing why they are so good. And yeah, just being faster than a villager. And therefore just overtaking him. Maybe another villager even going down. Let's take a look here. 11 HP on her. 8 HP. Now downhill. She's taking the fight. 2 villagers. No, wait. 2 villagers going down. That's a beautiful start here by the Viper. And killing the scout as well. And that went so incredibly well for the Viper here. Hard and Leary out as well. Yeah, but they had to give one admin win because they couldn't play one round, so that really felt bad. And the Viper is playing... Oh, is he playing an FC afterwards? Lots of farms and deer. That looks like Thrush FC. And that's a bit of the reason why he's going very far to the right hand side with his militia. So he's going for Thrush FC as well. On the other side we have MbL still not having clicked up. What sorcery is this? And what is this house? Blocking himself off of Coco. We have... Oh, that's a weird wall. MbL. And Zuppi now going for this mining camp instead of his main goal. Probably didn't really know how to... Yeah. Really get it done. The walls in front of that here. And yeah, MbL. Oh boy! Is that 13 farms? 4, 6, 9, 12. 12 farms. 12 farms. Finally, the rush being shut down and Zuppi, one villager behind and some uptime as well. The Viper, let's take a look. Should drop some food and look at that. 800 food exactly. Killing another scout and yeah, perfect villager distribution here. And the click up. Would have loved to see the walls a bit more at the front here, but it's all okay. MbL building a defensive tower. Max was unstable. He will go for knights. MbL will go for archers. No surprise. On the other side, we have Zuppi going for knights, and the Max going for feudal age archers. So no big surprise here as well. Let's see, maybe the archers can get some damage done. Still no fletching. And the hippos are helping out as well. The villagers of MbL not getting too much damage, and yeah, looks like MbL is safer now. Having the walls up, the Max now going for fletching, but he needs to wall himself and he needs to make sure to not lose his army before reaching Castle Age here. They have a very well upgraded army as well. Zuppi, I need a second stable and I'm getting it, so this guy can deliver for sure. Those hippos kissing the walls trying to get in. Please don't hate on casters. You can say I like this guy, but it's really not helping anyone if you hate on someone. You can say here I'm glad that Neely is here on casting, but please keep it clean and fair. And yeah, so that I can focus better on the game and deliver better casting as well, instead of my head spinning around and thinking about how good of a caster am I compared to this guy. And yeah. Okay, Crossman now going for the aggression. I'm a bit surprised to see the +1 defense before the +2 attack is coming in. At the same time, the Viper was idling his CC for quite some time to do exactly that. Botkin arrow now coming in. Defensive tower by Zuppi, something he absolutely did not want to do, but is getting forced into. 1 villager, 1 HP. And that tower is just at a bad position, and look at that! The Viper again making so much damage where he should not do any. And that tower just one step further down, one tower further back would have been so much better. And let's take a look. Zuppi, is he having enough stone for TC? Yes, he does. 1 knight, 2 knights coming in. +1 defense. The Viper now knows. Okay, he's going for knights. I will just retreat a bit more, get some more crossbows in. And then suddenly with 8 crossbows you can maybe do some damage against 2 knights, 3 knights, even 4 knights. So I think the Zuppi will clear it up, but not before the Viper will get some damage done. And they're doing 5 damage each. Nice micro back here. Zuppi not having the best fighting positioning. Great micro by the Viper so far. Didn't lose a single crossbowman yet. And is doing lots of damage. Lots of damage. 2 knights down soon. And 3 knights down. 4 knights down. And the Swiss 1 knight will get cleared up as well. Maybe if he's rushing in, he might even get another villager. Small misclick here. And yeah, he's just getting the knight. And Zuppi was sacrificing the knight to just make sure that the tower goes up. Maybe one. No! How unfortunate is that? The low HP villager is the only one getting the full volley off here. And therefore, another villager kill. And look at that. The Viper sacrificing so many villagers. Therefore, not building them. And therefore, Zuppi's only behind by 2. But military count is 11-1. So the Viper will continue and do some rampage over here. Max now, beautiful tower. Not sure how MbL is trying to defend that. He is trying to go with the Mangonel, but yeah, that's well counted tower here. Actually, you could still go for that gold, I believe. And yeah, that was a beautiful attack by the Viper. Zuppi trying to do his best on micro, but +1 only, no bloodlines. It's really hard for him. Now going for a lot of gold to, a lot of villagers on gold to compensate for his losses before. More villagers going down this field. So, this is so unfortunate for Zuppi here. You just feel so, powerless in those situations. Oh, the Max still very much open. The Viper could do a lot of damage. Another villager going down. I don't want to count dying villagers anymore, but now more crossbowmen, and they will knock at the front door. And if they find a position like over here and the other over here, it's just so tough for Zuppi to get any resources anymore. The Viper now even going for the Max, who is not on stone. Oh, he is on stone. So he might get a castle up. Let's take a look at this point of view. Only 100 stone so far. does not really have an idea of the threat coming in. Now trying to power build this TC up, and I think it will finish in time. Now going for double bit X, crossbowman and bot arrow, and the Viper is not in time. Probably will snag 1 or 2 villagers, but not dying as hell, yes. Zuppi before. One volt down, 2 volts down, 3 volts down. No split micro coming up here. One thing that strikes about the FC community is how respectful some guys are. Nearly and Tito, to name just 2. Yeah, I love Tito as well. Tito is such a nice guy. And the greatest thing about Tito is that you can hear him smile. That's probably the only guy in the world that can say that off. But oh, let's see. Zuppi is now finally clearing up all the crossmen here. Some went down before and trying to renew that lumber camp. And Zuppi going for rebuild, really trying to get his eco up. And at the max, he didn't lose a lot, but he lost enough. We have nice villager leads here, 20 and 10. So 30 villagers more for our Norwegian tier. But oh, that being said, make that 3 less. And Max trying to keep up some damage. MbL is still without any gold income. 40 Cs now. And all the gold spots, look at that, at one screen. And that one tower is doing so much damage to all of that. Therefore, oh, the crossbowman could have gotten that TC. But the Max obviously has no idea that it's, a killable spot here. Crossbowman now the beautiful position we did want to see from before, but only 1 villager died, and I think only 1 knight. So finally, something going on into the right way for Zuppi, who is now getting an ecstasy up. Max now siege workshop. Where is he trying to get his aggression down? Remember, MbL very low military. Indeed, only 3 military against the 28 of the Max. So maybe the Max wants to go for some aggression now. If he goes for siege workshop, there's just nothing that MbL can do. Oh, actually, it was 1 knight. Might snag the mangonels at an option. Oh, what a great stuff. MbL had 1 single military unit here. Why is he at 2? No idea. Let's try to find those. Not in the stables. Not in the siege workshop. Oh, maybe it's 2 spearmen. Wait, that's either villagers. Where are those 2? Here's 1 knight over here and 1 mangonel over here. Okay. Take a look. Zuppi now. Mangonel shots against MbL. Getting a good hit, although the archers were split pretty nicely. Mangonel now going down. So MbL back to 2 military. That's a pretty clever tower here. All the witches could fit in as well. And yeah, that's a beautiful tower. That's a beautiful tower. I would have not expected that one. But super effective. Another university now coming in. So just, yeah. Oh, mangonel shots. Nice. Split micro, but also nice ground attacks here. Let's take a look. Oh, and the ground attack going towards the mangonel. What is this? The Viper getting multiple splits off. Viper now going for ballistics. Guard tower even for MbL. I'm a bit surprised to see that. He only has 2, but now going heavily onto stone. So soon we will see a castle coming up. But if the Max is continuing his aggression here with mangonels and archers, where will MbL try to get his towers up? Actually, he has 3 towers, so I'm being corrected here. And yeah, let's take a look. MbL only 136 stone. Heavily on stone still, but still not on gold. What is he going for? Now an aggressive tower into no man's land. I'm not sure what this is accomplishing, but we will see later on. So what we need to look at is the Viper against Zuppi, and that's still so brutal. Villager count, look at that. Basically 200 against, oh, I don't even want to do math on stream. 1 for 30? Something like that? 120? But MbL, with all his villagers, cannot really do much. What do they need to do? They need to make sure that... I think delaying MbL is now not the big issue. It's how will they perform against the Vote Riders of the Viper. He has 40 Cs up, he has 1 castle up, he will soon click up to MPLH. And Mangnol, nice ground attack here by TheMax. How did that happen? Great move. And the towers, yeah, they have 10 range. And Mangnol cannot really do too much here. Oh, some nice Mangnol shots here against the Viper. And remember, it's not Brits anymore, it's Celts. So he can micro well, but how well can he really micro? Now that, what is that kind of TC by the Viper? He's at 120 wills and wants to build another TC over here? What? Nearly is confused. Viper now clicked up. Zuppi's going for full knights. And that could actually work. Full knights against a guy who's going for some Vote Riders. If he can keep his eco down. This is still... Like... Don't get confused by those numbers here, villagers. The strategic position for Zuppi and TheMax is actually pretty good. He has a lot of knights out. Military, look at that. 44 military against 4 military. Vote Riders will go down. The knights have bloodlines, +1, +2. The Vote Riders have nothing. Lots of idle villagers. More than, look at that. 60, 70 villagers idle. Another TC of the Viper coming in, but they will always jump only into TCs. Zuppi now going for handcut, going for +2 attack. That's not most important, but he will just continue with this rage. At the same time, we still have our MbL streamer star without any gold income. TheMax now clicked up to MPLH. And if he gets onto Japanese samurais, Vote Riders won't do much. Look at that farm eco. Is he getting any gold? No gold income at the moment. More knights coming in and... What is going on here? That's a weird game. That's such a weird game. MbL, what? He's still getting only food and wood. Has a market. Let's take a look at the prices. 57 and 66 for stone. 88 for 88 for food. Okay, 88 for stone. So that makes sense. And the Viper suddenly 120 villagers. But not a lot of them working. 40 of them idle. A lot of them still under threat. Yeah, the castle is up. Chemistry. He's researching chemistry just to do some more damage from this castle here. That's interesting. Okay, now another tower attempt. Some more villagers going down. And it's still MbL now trying to crawl himself onto gold spot, but villagers, bye-bye, denied by TheMax. Slapping him back. More raids here. And the Viper, he needs to go for some pikeman defense, I would say. MbL now bought his way up to Imperial Age. Nice villager count indeed, but it's still one army can he go for? Teutonic Scouts? Teutonic Skirms? Teutonic Spearmen? He's still continuing his tower rush. Okay, but Zuppi now stopping his raids with all his knights. Kind of realizing, okay, maybe I can get 1 or 2 more kills, but would invest a lot of knights for it. And yeah, now it's looking into PLH as well, if I see that correctly. Let's switch into his point of view. Our resource looking... What? He's still continuing to produce knights. Okay. Then I misjudged the situation, but yeah, as we said before, TheMax elite samurai coming in. Another castle as well. And yeah, he's still controlling all the gold spots. Now we have MbL. That looks like so many villagers. That has to be a castle. Oh, that's CCT only so. Okay, let's see. Maybe TheMax. Oh, no siege workshop here. He should see that. Oh god, just hurts a lot. And MbL. Might be the first gold mining. Let me take a look. Achievements, economy, gold mine. Oh, that's all sold. Okay, yeah, that's still in the statistics. Viper has 3 castles up, soon to be 4. But what can he do if he wants to save his teammate? If we go against samurais, he's now going for hand cannoneers again, getting his walls up. That's pretty sweet. 2 castles only though for the max at the moment. And we can hear, yeah, so many attacks over the whole map going on. Boat Riders, still no elite. +2, +1. Knights, still no elite as well. +2, +2 at least. Cartography coming in. Trade being set up by Zuppi. They don't want to lose like in the first game. Samurais stand ground for a small second here. Now Knights coming in. And look at that, MbL tower after tower. He will not build a lot of castles. But yeah. And yeah, a lot of villagers will go down here if they wouldn't jump into the GC. The Max will just slap down MbL so much more. And yeah, he wants to go for hand cannoneers, but with what gold? He's still selling so much in the market. I don't see Boat Riders really coming in and clearing up all the samurai ratings. And yeah, those samurais can really decide the game. Keep now being researched. MbL really needs help. Elite Boat Riders being on the way, but look at that! They're doing no damage against the samurai, and the samurai is just slicing those Boat Riders away, being so effective. More ratings coming in. Military count for MbL -1. More samurais at the front, but yeah, one single tower can do so much. We have idle villager count for MbL 55. None for Zuppi. Great macro management at the moment. Getting a lot more raids done at the front. Knocking down here. And this, guys, this is looking so weird. This is such a weird, confusing game. We had so many advantages here all game long. Now finally Zuppi on the way to Imperial Age. But he needs to get up his castle to, yeah, just get out Tucanus, get out some traps maybe, and same time now keep upgrade. When do we see keeps on a 2v2 Arabia game? Only with MbL. Viper cannot take this fight. Now Fletching coming in for Zuppi, so he probably wants to go on to Tucanus. That's a reasonable engagement, I would say, for both players, and the Viper thinks better of it and is now retreating. Didn't want to fight more against the hill. Didn't know, okay, the castle will soon to be going up. Let's see if he's switching onto some traps. Yep. So some traps, and that will be tough for Zuppi to hold now. But look at those 2 goals, but okay. And I will go that. Oh, I will. Those 2 gold spots. And that gold will run dry pretty soon. So that's all the gold that the Viper will have, in roughly 500 gold. Now losing 1 trap at the front, maybe. And now Samurai's coming in. And let's go into the point of view and look at the HP count of those Boat Riders and how they will go down if they try to fight and take an engagement against the Samurais. They need to run. They have no chance of fighting this. 1 trap going down. The other trap trying to run. Zuppi going for Cavaliers. Getting all the Imperial Age upgrade, and oh, they could find some sweet kills as well. And where will they trade? The Viper not trying to take this area, but very raidable indeed for the Max and Zuppi. The Max going for Elite Samurai. Someone in the chat before said, why aren't they going for Japanese? And I said, dude, they're so bad. And yeah, oh boy, was I wrong. Because samurais against unique units can just smash everything, and look at that, just losing the most outnumbers battles, and they're just still only 2 Boat Riders surviving in the end. Viper not having Harvard upgrade really hurts him. More samurais trying to run around and do so much damage at the gold spot, and they just keep continuing to do damage. Finally, a handful of hand cannoneers out to defend against the samurais, but samurais just sneak around, do some more, and the trade started now for our Finnish players. Zuppi now ballistics, +1 defense for archers. The Viper, if he doesn't want to go for Woad Riders, he needs to go for Halberdiers. And then Halberdiers against Chukunoos. Not great as well. Not great as well. Now all the villagers at the front going down here. The Viper at 155 villagers, a bit over-boomed. And not getting all the resources on the map as well. 2k full floating. Finally, hand cannoneers of MbL coming to the other side. Need Samurai now needs to retreat. Chukunoo obviously not heavily upgraded yet. And Samurai, they are going in for the raid. Not a unit which is typically designed to go for a raid. But look at that, the Viper. Look at his gold count. And yeah, the gold count itself isn't that interesting, but that is just stand still. The Viper does not have any gold count at this very moment. Those are 2 gold spots he wants to get to. Dumpling, chemistry, all the upgrades for the Chukunoos. Only lead missing, only rocketry missing. And now going for that gold spot as well. And the Viper, he's just stuck on food eco at this moment. The Max controlling more of the map. Trying to go for a ramp push as it seems. MbL finally going for all his gold spots. Is now set up for bombard cannons, set up for hand cannoneers. Could go for paladins, could go for actually anything since he has so much gold still left. But yeah, what should he really go for? Elite Chukunoo, Cavaliers, 3 castles on a hill. This will be so tough to push back. They are just trying to buy themselves some more time, but will it really matter? Now the Rams coming in, and we will need to take a look at the population here of MbL. At the moment 180 out of 200. That might change pretty quickly. Rocketry now coming in for Zuppi. He is getting all the upgrades. And then we have the Viper. There's nothing left. What is he going for now? Not even Mangonauts in production. The problem is he has a lot of food. And yeah, selling is an option, but yeah, when your teammates sold food and wood all game long, there's not great prices left to sell. Now that Cavalier rating could be deadly for hand cannoneers. Yeah, it's a bit of an overkill, so he could have split up his army. And let's take a look. Oh, that's actually pretty sweet here for MbL, and those castles will most likely go down. Oh, the Cavaliers could clear this up. They are not very nicely positioned. Oh, the ram push is continuing. Another castle coming in. And we did say before 180 or 189 out of 200. And I did, Nostradamus that I am, predict that this will change. And indeed now down to 175. And more rams in, more houses in danger of going down. And yeah, houses, a lot of houses being rebuilt. So that absolutely makes sense. Now the Cavaliers going in, and this might be the final push of the game. Halberdier is not fighting and not enough. Chukunoos now out microing all the bombard cannons, and they're going in. Most of the Cavaliers going down. The 2 traps should get focused, but the Chukunoos beautifully performing when there are no bombard cannons. A lot of Cavaliers, yeah, bit out of position. Chukunoos now microing, bit back. Halberdiers trying to get into a good position, and that was a fight pretty poorly taken by Zuppi, I would say. But he killed all the bombard cannons. But 2 traps still left. And now Chukunoos, which could kill everything that the Viper and MbL are still producing. Look at that, 175 out of 170. Needs to build more and more houses, but he's, yeah, getting denied on so many spots. So many more Chukunoos coming in. Cavaliers at the front. 1 trap not being focused down yet. Castles being repaired. Masonry helping out with the defense a bit at least. Trade card, the first started by MbL earlier than the Viper. When did we ever see that? Chukunoo focusing on the trap. Now can go back a bit again. Samurais in the front. Not really the buffer that helps out against that army composition. Maybe adding in some light cav would help out. He did shot for a small second. That's a small mistake by the Viper there. But those bombard cannons, they are good from the Teutons. Chukunoos trying to take a good engagement, but oh, bombard cannon shots helping out in there, doing splash damage. Light cav here, and oh, that's a good defense. MbL and The Viper with combined forces, they're doing a great job. The Max now switching onto Arbalest, thumping bracers. What are we seeing here? Nightcap coming in, but they got a lot of damage against the Harvarders. Chukunu's very much out of position. The push over here stopped. And our MbL and the Viper is destabilizing. I thought any second we would see the GG. The only thing that is better for the Finnish guys is the trade, but the gold as well. And MbL, but since he didn't touch his gold for so long, he can still produce. We have the Viper now going for full trash, the Max going for banking. Chukunus can obviously easily clear up those siege ramps, which normally are designed to be effective against any kind of archers. Some sweet samurai ratings in the back. We have hand cannons coming in to defend that. Where did all the bombard cannons go? Oh, I did completely miss that. That's a bit unfortunate. The Viper now going for the HP upgrade for his rams. The food. He has enough wood to build them, and so 0 trade cards. No chance to get them, even rolling. And so much more gold income still. Now more rams from Zuppi. Probably wants to go into on-edge attack as well. Maybe the ram push now trying to fight off against this hill, but Chokunu is just so effective against this whole army. Skirmisher is probably the only unit that counter those Chokunus, except those bombard cannons obviously now raining down from behind. Cap rams being researched by Zuppi, the traps going down, trying to focus against the bombard cannons. For beautiful micro here by MbL together with siege engineers trying to take the better fight. Samurais now in the front, and Samurais closing the distance, and finally I might be pretty sure to call the GG any second here. Bombard cannons now trying to take good fight, but Zuppi just go again, just continuing to push in here with the full patrol. All the bombard cannons went down. Suddenly population still pretty reasonable, but the Viper only 160, but very weak army as well. Skirmishes, look at that, not very well upgraded because he doesn't have better upgrades. It's only the possibilities here for the Celts to go for those siege workshops now. Zuppi siege ram upgrade, only now heavy blow, a bit late, but sometimes that happens. And MbL's army, I like it a lot, but the Viper just dying too heavily. Another siege workshop. Zuppi is continuing with his push. This is simply relentless here. More of the max attack being pushed down, and I think I want to switch into the Max's point of view, because not the Max's, I wanted to say Zuppi's point of view, because I really want to see how the bombard cannons are performing against the Chukunus here. And bam, missing, bam, missing. Still a good army. Still a good army. Viper building a shortened market here. Zuppi now finally going for on the attack that I expected a bit earlier. Cavaliers obviously would be so good against this army now. Look at that, still. Oh! Hello everyone from T90. We are here, Master of Arabia 2v2. It's Zuppi and TheMax against MbL and the Viper. We are in game number 5. It was 3-1, but it seems like Zuppi and TheMax are here to push and getting a bit closer to the 3-3 by getting it to 3-2. And the big thing is here, MbL still getting some more gold. Oh, now he's all out of gold. And he still has a nice army to defend here, but Zuppi having a beautiful position, has a nice army of Chukunus. He has a hill as well, and he's getting so much more gold. Having cavalry attack as well. They have so much more trade. Look at that. It's 70 trade compared to 20. The Viper being cut off 2 of his gold spots early on in Imperial Age. Therefore, he couldn't get the trade running. And now a lot of bombard cannons going down here. That's so costly. Something that can absolutely not replenish. And that's the regime moment here. Zuppi and TheMax getting the 3-2 done. Great stuff. Great stuff. The Viper having the problems here, and as we said before, we had a moment where we had 110 worlds, 120 20 volts against 70 and 80. But Zuppi and TheMax, they had the strategic advantage and all the military. We had all the 3 gold spots here of MbL at one spot, and beautiful of TheMax realizing that and had the aggression here. Was always so annoying, and we don't even want to count the endless amount of towers that MbL was building. We had like 5 over here as well, and therefore no castle up defensively, and couldn't really secure that gold spot or those gold spots. Nice awareness, and Zuppi at the same time going for a night attack just shortly before the Viper would have gotten onto Elite Road Riders. And then Elite Road Riders against Samurais. That didn't look pretty for the Viper as well. So unfortunate kill stats for him. And we can see economy stats. Look at the trade. That's so big for them in the end as well. And yeah, very, very entertaining game here. Pretty happy with that. And now the next settings will be Team Random. What better could we hope for than Team Random? Guys, I will try to get some air. And then we will be back with game number 6. Still 2 match points for the Norwegians here in our Scandinavian battle.
Rumors creeping from the south of a giant.
باحث عن الطعام. عامل منجع. حتى Das is zo.
Just click your soldiers.
Das is zo.
Follow the path to the blue flag. Follow the path to the blue flag.
Fiski maffer, gagnis maffer, rating maffer, nama maffer.
Don't panic. It is here that my tale will end. The assassins will strike.
Everyone, remember guys, tomorrow, same time, 17 GMT, we have the winner of this series going against Miguel and Nikov in the grand finals of this tournament.
Did all your units make it to the flag?
They need to attack. Move to the next flag.
Yes.
Das is zo.
Take the soldier. It's time for us to fight.
Lest we be caught in the crossfire.
The assassins will strike.
This song makes me want to dance a feudal dance in front of a watchtower. That's funny, man.
Don't panic.
Red kit, Habadak, ready on. Red kit, Habadak. Who knows? Nervous. Red kid. Red kid.
I quickly need to ban someone from Zuppi who's insulting a lot. Okay. Okay, so then I think. Oh, interesting test. Guys, score 3-2. We still have the Viper and MbL against Zuppi and TheMax. Here, team random. Let's jump into the game. It will be MbL with Persians. The Viper with Byzantines. On the other side, we have the Max playing Persians, so that's what you like, and Zuppi with Byzantines. So, again, beautiful setup for Archer Knight here, or Expo Knight, and yeah, probably want to have the Viper playing the Persians and MbL going for Byzantines, but it's still pretty reasonable. And yeah, Zuppi Byzantines and the Max Persians is what they would probably want to look at. Okay, the Viper. Let's take a look at the map. Very far away wood. Not the best berries and open gold, so that's not the greatest map. MbL not the biggest amount of wood.
Great casting of great games. Thank you.
Whoops. What can I? Oh, thank you so much. And yeah, I really appreciate it, and it's absolutely my pleasure. I'm only doing what I'm loving, so, and just sharing, and I love if you enjoyed as well. Okay, and then we have the Mac of Zuppi. He has a nice defensive gold together with his number camp and mills as well. And wow, that's a pretty nice defensive area here. Could easily wall that off. And then maybe a big wall over here is necessary, but very tight and looks pretty sweet. Yeah, as an option. And the map of the Max. Nice deer in the TC now. That's something you obviously love to have. And this gold spot is one of the worst possible ones. This one isn't great, and that one either. So, the Max might struggle here. Hey Nidhi, why don't you and Mem cast together, man? We did in the old times, and I would love to do that again. I think it will happen. In this year. Yeah, I would love to. There are obviously some problems with casters who have both their own channel, but yeah, I think we have a good synergy as well. So I think it will happen. And yeah, not too much going on. No boar steals that we missed, I assume. But yeah, Max will have a lot of food. And still only 3 villagers on wood. What is this villager? Sneak. It's a sneak. No, it's a barracks. Zuppi. Is that a barracks by him? Max most likely will put second lumber camp over here. Like in this spot is an option. Maybe. Oh, not 100% sure. Maybe over here. It's not the greatest wood, and to build a second lumber camp there isn't great either. Not really designed for that. Not a single farm yet. On the side we have the Viper Oh, did he just drop food? Yeah, he did. Okay, villager count. The Max having 2 villagers less than everyone else. So you can see all the other players. Again, great timings. Didn't I just say in another game that 10:30 is the perfect timing? And all the players are between 10:35 and 10:40? That's just incredible. Really means, okay, there can't be a lot of lag, but still, absolutely on point. I love to see high level AOC. Okay, now Zuppi is going for archers directly. No, I'm saying that, but then seeing some militias. That's interesting. Playing against the Persians, who is with 2 villages on stone? What is happening? Please someone explain me, why is MbL with 2 villages on stone here? I simply don't know. And the militia should actually have left already. They should be across the map. They should be here now. An MbL upgrade should kick in now. Yeah, not really, but you know what I mean. Maybe he was expecting a rush from MbL as well. But MbL is playing defensive. What are those 2 towers? Why isn't he trying to wall some first? At the same time, we have the Viper going for an aggression. And yeah, probably MbL is playing fast cast into elephants. Your typical Arabia strategy with Persians. Well, more typical than with Mayans, that's for sure. Viper building an aggressive tower here, kind of in no man's land though. Let's take a look. He is not on stone, so that will be the only tower he will build, at least for quite some time. And yeah, those 3 militia, or now MbL, won't do anything. Okay, I'm not really sure how to judge the situation. The Max, he might struggle a bit. His eco is now super exposed. He's facing Skirm Spear. He's himself going for some scouts, which are in the front, and there's 1 spearman by the MbL, the Viper, to protect his line. Yeah, but the damage output obviously is super small. Spearman 3, Skirmisher 2. Defense for villagers with bloodlines, with loom 1 and 2. So the damage output is just very, very little. Not to say non-existent, kind of. So they will just take fights, smash a bit back, and let's take a look. The villagers are moving forward, still not on stone. And yeah, the Max will find himself 1 villager kill here, most likely. Oh, why did he not take the villager kill? No, where is the village? He's here. And yeah, asking for more archers. And yeah, Zuppi can do a lot of damage against the Viper, that's for sure. The Viper now trying to go for some more aggression. And oh yeah, that's a sweet stone spot for the Viper. Having, yeah, it taken from the Max first. Having all your villagers at the front second. Now Spearman at the home base, a bit surprised by the scouts coming in from MbL. That's mainly because Zuppi is so walled. And as we said before, a nice tight map. Now building the blacksmiths, and the walls will be built over here later on. And now the Viper, what is he going for? Don't tell me the aggressive deer here. But seems like it, yeah. And yeah, that will be completely shut down by this double by Zuppi. And it seems at this moment that, the Max will lose some villages for sure. Maybe that's a spot for a defensive tower. No reaction here by the Max. What is going on? Now sending 1 spearman over, but having the skirmishers at home. This is looking, I would say, good for both teams. Both teams doing lots of damage, but that one is more important here. Let's take a look. Those villagers trapping themselves. I'm not sure if that's the best option. Now it's important to have the archers still alive. That's so important to focus down the skirmishes. The archers are still alive. Let's take a look. Scouts being around there is so important. And as you can see, Zuppi is realizing the situation. Archers are running, and they are the only guys who are still able to do damage here. They shouldn't go down, and still 2 archers going damage. That means the Viper needs to evacuate with all those villagers. At the same time over here, the Max is getting pushed as well, losing a lot of villagers, trying to defend with skirms. Having 1 defensive tower is evacuating, but that's a nice extra lumber camp. And now archers, don't lose the archers. That's the most important unit here. Scouts now should focus down all those villagers. Look at the villager count. It's looking bizarre. The Viper, look at 30 villagers. MbL at 41. And more will go down, or will they? At least 1, I would assume. 14 HP, 5 HP, 3 HP. Maybe going down. 1 HP getting into the TC. Small highlights here. And even those small things can get me very excited here. Scouts now coming in, and more raids. The Viper finally broke through. Not enough here. 1 tower. Defensively, yeah. Position skirmishes here. The Viper having bloodlines though, but where is he getting wood? Now going to the top here, but that's so easy to find. So easy to find and so easy to raid by Zuppi. He's sending in more archers. Dude, is he getting fletching? No, Zuppi is trying to click up before getting fletching. He could see that lumber camp. Let's take a look. Is the Max seeing that lumber camp? He is. He could see it, and he could exit. That would be so brutal. At the same time, now going for wheelbarrow, but wheelbarrow means you have to have villagers working, and now they find the wood spot. That's so brutal for the Viper. Fletching now coming in for Zuppi. 1 villager down, 2. I don't even want to count. It's going to be all villagers. Trust me on that. It's maybe he can save 1. But that will mean he will lose most of his army as well. 1 villager, yeah, 1 villager will get home. But that's all the army going down. Suddenly 29 villagers for the Viper. He's completely out of wood. He has no chance to get to gold. And now MbL, what can MbL do? He cannot fight before he gets the upgrades. Bloodlines and +1 defense is on the line, but they're on the way. But yeah, is that what really matters here? We have the fight back of the Max is still at 40 villagers, or roughly 39. And let's take a look. MbL, does he really want to take the fight here? He's taking too much damage, especially before Bloodline finishes. Now Bloodline finishes, and Zuppi, is he trying to take the fight? What is Zuppi going for? He is staying on archers here. 2 archery ranges up. And we have on the other side the Max kind of saving himself. The Viper completely out of this game. No chance. He doesn't even have real stragglers to get to this wood spot here in the front. And yeah, now getting smashed down at the front here. Let's take a look. But still, Persians and Castle Age defensive towers set up and basically unraidable. Lots of cavalry still out against the Byzantines. Not the greatest archer civilization per se. It's MbL against Zuppi. It's not 2v2 anymore. It's only MbL against Zuppi, and we will see how they will perform. At the moment, +2 is missing. Zuppi trying to combine forces here. And seems like he will achieve that. Villager count between those two. MbL ahead by 6. And he's Persian, so that will increase. 1 extra TC. Only now getting university up. Ballistics will come any second. Now Scouts against the Max, but he will get another tower up. MbL losing a lot of Scouts here in the TC. A lot of means 3 in this very case. Now the crossbowmen coming in. How much will they be able to do? MbL getting knights. Yeah. Saving knights at home. 3 stables. I think +2 is so much more important than getting more stables up. 1 TC, 1 siege workshop. Town watch now by MbL. He should see the crossbows coming in even before town watch finishes. We'll lose 1 or 2 villages here for sure. I cannot take the fight before +2 finishes. 1 down, 2 down. And this is such a brutal push. Oh, I accidentally clicked view log. More villagers going down. Zuppi will lose all his army. That's guaranteed. But how will the Eagles look after he will lose all his army? How will the army of MbL look after Zuppi lost all his army? How will the map control look? How will the mangonel count look? How will the upgrades look? How will the TC count look? Those are the questions we have to ask. The army will go down eventually, but MbL needs to manage how. Siege Workshop, mangonel is coming. No +2 still. Beautiful positioning by Zuppi. Oh my god, Neely can hear Neely when he gets excited. If the dog gets excited, or maybe we are both getting excited. Skirm's now going in here. The Max, did he add scouts? He did add scouts to clear off the Skirm. Not 100% sure if that's the greatest move. And, oh, beautiful move to manage to keep those lumberjacks alive. MbL is not getting gold at the moment. MbL cannot get to +2. MbL will try to take a fight here, but if Zuppi has the most incredible micro, he can actually decide the game here. I think it's not possible. The army of MbL should just out-counter Zuppi here. He's trying to get some kills, maybe. Shots against the mangonel. Mangonel very low, 4 HP, 2 HP, and the mangonel should actually go back, now damaging himself too much. And yeah, as we said, like, it would have been the most incredible thing ever, but mangonel shouldn't go down, 1 HP. Oh, yeah, the man-at-arms could have taken it out a bit earlier. And okay, now let's answer the question we asked before. As roughly the same villager count. 1, 3 TCs, 2, 3 TCs. Army count pretty even, so a bit better for MbL since he has a stronger units. The Max and the Viper now both on the way to Castle Age with roughly the same eco, but the Viper will lose some more. He has very exposed villages as well, and still, yeah, everything's super exposed compared to the Max, who is still in a pretty tight spot here. So I have to give the advantage to the Max here. And on the other side, a slight advantage to MbL, who's now coming over for a raid, and the Max will not be prepared. He has 2 spearmen, he has 1 scout. If he gets out like 4 or 5 camels, he maybe can do some defense, but at the moment, he would have nothing. He needs to get that TC up, that's for sure. Knight's not having the best pathfinding here. And that's like not a flame to anyone, actually. It's just unfortunate. Now we have more crossbowmen coming in here to the front. I would love to see two monks to accomplish that amount of... Oh, I'm saying it, and you can see pikemen and monks being added. More stables would have been added as well. And the knights not going for the double, but going for... to the other side. The Viper now going for Monk Rush. Low eco against low eco. Monks are great. He will go for a Siege Workshop and even the TC being built by 1 villager. And he will go for Mangonel aggression with with monks. What am I saying? But the Max, he sees it. He sees this offensive Siege Workshop. All the knights here. Is there one of the Max? Yeah, 2 of the Max. So he knows what the army is. But Zuppi's push will be so strong. It's only Mangonels that can actually do something against what Zuppi is going for. If Zuppi is maybe even getting Redemption, there's nothing that MbL can do. This is really Zuppi's game still to win. MbL trying to sneak around, trying to go for the raid. Will get some kills for sure, but Zuppi's pikemen are close by. So, let's see. There is actually an overchop. Zuppi! So many knights will get in, and that will be at least 5 dead villagers, maybe more. Zuppi now even clicked up to MPLH, making everything out of his monasteries, out of his Byzantine bonus. The Viper now going for redemption, so the Mangonel defense of MbL, the Max will not be as efficient. Oh, and I said at least 5 villagers, and I was right, because 10 is more, or 15 is more than 5. And that sets Zuppi so far back. Look at that. He was toe to toe with the with MbL this whole time, but now on the levels like the max, suddenly 30 villagers behind, and all this aggression in the middle. If he loses that army once, he cannot really replenish it. Defensive tower is pretty great against monks. Mangonauts now need to focus on the rams, and the great job here. Great focus fire by TheMax, focusing down all the monks. The Mangonauts should be good against the... Oh, but I think the Mangonauts even killed the tower there. Mangonaut now being converted. Great job there by TheMax. I think that was even the ground attack moving back. Now the crossbowmen going in. All the spearmen out of position. I'm not 100% sure if that's the engagement you want to take. Just shortly before you reach Imperial Age. So many pikemen going down and now retreating. Monks now going in for the converts at the front as well. MbL needs to retreat. Spearmen at the right hand side. Not doing too much as well. And that's still everyone's game, I have to say. TheMax going for the nice boom. Has 3 GCs running here. He's going for a lot of stone. Should go for more towers. Redemption so effective against the defense. Yeah, that TheMax chose to go for. Arbalest now coming in. And when Arbalests are in, a simple knight and Mangonel defense won't do too much. Some crossbowmen died, but a lot of HP went down there. Now pikemen killing Mangonel, something you don't do too often. Pardon this, yeah, in this case you do. What is MbL's answer? Let's switch into MbL's point of view. Mass stables. Siege workshop not producing. Stables not producing. Knights on the other side. And TheMax has nothing to fight against the knights. He will lose those Mangonauts and he knows it. Has some spearmen actually prepared and actually with +1 defense. They will do reasonable damage. And all the knights of MbL will go down. That's bad for TheMax that he lost his Mangonauts, but good for the team. Because that means so few knights here against Zuppi to defend. Oh, look at that gold income. Not too great. 1 gold spot here at the front. What is Zuppi preparing? Let's see if he's going for stone. And yes, that means those villagers will try to build a castle up here. Stone being denied, gold being denied. At the same time, we have TheMax. It is kind of okay if he dies. Because the Viper will not be the guy who will decide the game. It is the right-hand side which will decide the game. And all those Arbalests coming in, sniping down villagers. They will not get the kills he wants to get. He wants to get in even further, I would assume. Maybe some siege is lacking. Or is he now switching back to the Viper? Obviously, Arbalest not the greatest unit of, yeah, doing multiple front raids. MbL now on the way to Imperial Age. Might lose all his stables before, though. Is he going only 1 stable? Pop 145, so he's a leader in score in population. 126 villagers, still heavily ahead. 50 more villagers than Zuppi, but Zuppi has the army. He has the army to kill here. Look at that, it's 70 military compared to 15. MbL, how is he getting the army up to compete against what Zuppi has? And he has such a cheap army as well. Trap now coming. Where is... Okay, main TC. So many villagers. Oh boy, that will be so ugly. And MbL not even reacting in like the earliest of time. He didn't even need to pull those villagers. They will always go down. Maybe try to run those. And now we have... Oh, seems like a pikeman defense is the answer to what the Viper was throwing at TheMax here. TheMax now going for a ram push. And yeah, a lot of pikemen out. Skirmishers for the Viper now. Trying to go for the defense against pikemen, but pikemen push continues at the same time. Arbalest still, and it's so many spots. So we did say before though, not the greatest when it comes to multi-prong raids. And yeah, small armies can obviously always get cleared up so easily. We have MbL now going for onagers, so he's going full counter army to what Zuppi has. And Zuppi doesn't have the eco yet to go for a nice tech switch. He is up to 90 villagers, yes. The Viper is up to 80 villagers and Imperial Age timing as well. What is TheMax looking for? He has A reasonable army is going for a defensive castle. Could have been a bit further forward if you ask me, but it's all okay. And we did say the Viper and the Max won't really count in this game, and I might need to take that back. It feels like the push of Zuppi is simply too slow. He has 74 army, but what is he killing? He's damaging 1 TC at the moment. He needs to have 5 rams out or 5 traps. That all needs to be demolished already. But at the same time, now he's sending to the other side. The Viper's getting onto a reasonable army. Where's the gold? The main gold of the Max is here. The Max, let's see. Oh, he will have a nice surprise of finding his gold spot over here. That will be sweet for him. But yeah, Zuppi is controlling 2 of the gold spots of MbL, and MbL doesn't have any gold. Not sure if he actually saw that one. Doesn't seem like it. No golden come for him at the moment. Seems like typical MbL army now on it just skirms. And then it will be the Viper and Imperial Age against Zuppi, who doesn't really know where to focus on. Zuppi obviously now has a beautiful opportunity to go for Cataphracts, since he has the best eco. Oh, look at that. So even when it comes to overall pop, overall villager count. I mean, military still heavily in favor of Zuppi, but he lost a lot as well. Oh, sorry guys, sorry for missing that. Oh, it hurts me as well. Yeah, but the heart rating continues. Viper going for lots of army. Zuppi now, he's pushing in, and he could raid, heavily here in the back if no one is going for it. The Max, what is he going for? The Max, if I am seeing the flags correctly, no, he isn't going for a castle age push. Now bombard cannons here, great against the onagers, but bombard cannons for MbL as well, now finding his gold spot, and he will evacuate. He will go on a lot, but at the same time he will lose a lot of the eco here in the back. More Harbour raids were shut down heavily on gold. Now the raiding is finally coming in. Overall villager count pretty even for everyone. We are in reach of 10 villagers for everyone. 96 to 106 when I started the sentence. Now lots more villagers going down on all the sides. So can't really keep up with that. More arbalest here. Where are the skirmishes to defend that? Trying to go back, but need to defend that first. The Max now going for skirmishes as well. He's still castle age, and it's not looking too great for him to click up. Now getting trapped down. Bombard cannon micro. Let's see how that will go. Byzantine's castles obviously, very nice, and taking some damage. And Cannoneer now, and lots of Cataphracts, and I didn't even think that we would see them. I was just streaming, but sometimes dreams become reality. And another 2 bombard cannons, sacrificing themselves. 3 at the front, going down for sure. 2 onagers going down as well. Cataphracts shall maybe focus. No, don't go back. Why should we go? Why is he going back? What? I have no idea why he went back. He still had 10 Cataphracts fighting against 8 hand cannoneers, 3 bombard cannons, and 2 onagers. He could have killed everything. But yeah, okay, he's going back. And at the same time, 3 arbalests can be or 4 arbalests can be so deadly. Elite Cataphracts. Now the tag is kind of shown. Another cast coming up at a nice spot. Okay, let's see. What is the Max going for? He is going for light cav skirm. So he's going for full castle age defense. It's still feels a lot like, now I won't miss those onager shots. And down. Cataphracts raids continuing, and husbandry as well to just make that a bit more efficient. We have MbL trying to expand at the side here, but Arbalest, so annoying being everywhere, and still so much more gold for Zuppi here, but low gold count for the Viper. The Viper actually having fewer points than the Max, because the Max looking at a strong pop 170. Actually, the Castle Age player having the highest population in the game. When do you ever see that? When 3 players are in MbL Age? This guy. And it's not like he did a big Castle Age put. Where's all his army? A bit too many skirmishes if you ask me. But maybe he goes for the big clear up, and then he will have a lot of rams prepared. But those light caps will be interesting as well when they sneak in against the monks. Where do we have a real engagement happening at the moment? Not really anywhere. Some bombard cannon skirmish here in the middle. Light cap now for Zuppi coming in as well. MbL Age up click finally coming for the Max. Where in which you see the furthest back. So that's important in this case. Obviously, skirmishers now coming in trying to go for the monk, but they can jump into the castle. And as you can see, yes, they are. No ballistics. Hurts a bit. And now Onager shot against the skirmishers, maybe. And yeah, maybe a bit of an overextension there. Light cap would have helped out. But yeah, light cap in the back. That's a great idea. Running around a bit. Viper not needing to build the castle defensively instead of offensively. Onager's obviously something that the Max cannot really fight against at the moment. Trying to micro against the pikemen. If he gets all the pikemen, maybe this light cap can do something against the Onagers. Villager overall, MbL the highest, but what can he really accomplish here? At the moment, yeah, just being so much out of gold would hurt him so much. And it's still tough for me to call this game. Who has the advantage? Who is winning it? Maybe another gold spot here for Zuppi at 1 point. Now they started the trade. 3 trade cards out for Zuppi. Cataphracts out. Hussars being researched. Capped rams. More villagers dying. MbL. 28 military only. The others all around 50. But that's a lot of skirmishes from Persians, so not where are they? Now they're going for the raid. Knowing that they cannot really compete against 2 Onagers, he's running around and trying to get more villagers, but Viper has 2 defensive castles up, is set up to defend, so they will not do a lot, but would they have done a lot defending? Maybe not, I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, those cataphracts will do a lot. Harvard is now coming in to defend. Retreating, and yeah, those cataphracts realizing, oh, that's not really the thing that we want to do here. Dying against halberdiers. Bombard cannons now shredding Zuppi's bombard cannons. Or are they trying to micro a bit? But that's both players being very aware, losing a lot of ground. And let's take a look. Trade not being set up by the Viper so far. Viper still pushing in against the Max here. Finally, he's trying to get onto more hussars. If he gets like 20 hussars, that's perfect. The perfect counter against the army here of the Viper. Lacking a bit halberdiers, many monks, a lot of skirmishes as well. Skirms here by the Max, taking a lot of damage against the castle. The Viper splitting his villagers. He will be surprised by that army coming in here, sneaking around, and overall pop. The Viper and MbL being pop limit. What a scrappy game and what a great game. The Max going for chemistry just to add 1 more damage for his skirmishes here. Now splitting up his armies, realizes this guy probably did split his villagers. And yeah, that's a moment where you really want to get your trade running, and it seems to be tough. Now the push continues here. MbL very much pushed into a corner. He still has 160 villagers, but that means not a lot of military. Only 24 military at this very moment. More skirmishes raiding coming in. Not 100% sure if that's the most efficient thing, but still, if you can use an army to some efficiency when you couldn't use it at all before, that's still a great decision. Now, traps. And the Viper babysitting his army here at all times. Knows that his halberdier count needed to be increased and did add those. Where are all the hussars of the Max? Now, look at that. That's all the Max space being lost, and that's all MbL space being lost. Maybe the trade doesn't need to go from from those directions and those directions, but maybe MbL to Zuppi and the Viper to MbL, the Viper to Max. Would be weird, but that's something we might see happening now, breaking the 1 hour mark here. MbL going for pikeman tag, first defense upgrade. Doesn't really make me happy when I take a look at the map here. Skirmishers really doing their job here. I've said it so many times how weird I thought this move would be, but seems like it did its damage. Skirmishers continuing to push elite cataphracts even. But MbL has a nice strong army. But he's losing everything at the other side, because that's an army which can only decide and only fight at one very point. But then you cannot defend at the rest. Skirmishers slaying down those trade cards. Why do we hear relic being picked up? Oh, the max. Trying to get one. More hussars coming in. And now MbL, yeah, he's losing a lot of pop, and so is the max. Trying to evacuate, trying to get more stuff going on at other parts of the map. Where are we looking at when it comes to trade lines so far? 2 to 5 trade cards overall, so that's not really the story of the game so far. And the Viper has a pretty nice army here. 80 army, most of them on this very screen here. 3 traps and they can smash a lot. Zuppi, what is he doing? He's setting all his army back. And yeah, all his army. And he can clear this up. He can clear this up. He only needs to focus those 2 onagers down. Then Zarbalis can do a lot, lots of hussars as well. He just needs a good engagement. And then it's looking pretty good for them. But how should he get this engagement? It's still MbL absolutely in this game. The Viper absolutely in this game. The Max not so much. How many TCs does he have? Soon 3. Soon producing out of 3. And now we have the big engagement. Let's go into the point of view of the Viper. What does he see? He did see a lot of the army. We did see the axe. Those 2 onagers, they are so important. What are we waiting for? Bombard cannons would be great. Bombard cannons would be the greatest thing that Zuppi could get. Are we maybe? Let's take a look. Military. I don't really see them coming. They're still at the front. So now we can see the big engagement here. Hussars coming into 2 onagers in the front, getting some damage done, but they didn't get a single kill. All the hussars are accomplishing this around. No damage done by the onagers. That's so bad for the Viper and MbL here. All the hussars obviously going down now as well, but so many skirmishes now. Some hussars being converted, not at all, but cataphracts got converted. Maybe only sending in hussars would have been the better choice. And what a beautiful defense here by the Viper and MbL. The Honest is a bit out of position, but so many converts got in, and just the lack of hussars, just so clumped up. The monks beautifully positioned behind the halberdiers got the converts done, and therefore that looks so good for the Norwegians to go into the grand finals for tomorrow. But I don't want to call it too early. At the moment we have the max up to pop 120 again. Trade cards, let me take a look. It seems like MbL stabilizing here at the front means they can get up to trade. We still have so much gold here at the front from the max. This looks so good for the Viper, who's continuing to leapfrog towards Zuppi's space here and denying all the trade. It seems to be that's the time for the +4 defense. The 1 hour 8-minute mark seems to be where you want to get it done. Trade, where is it? I have no idea where the trade's actually I have no idea, and I can't find it. Zuppi only pop 170. The max 140. The Norwegians pop 200. Bombard cannons now going into Zuppi's very sensitive area. These 2 castles will most likely be lost here at the front. Some hussar raiding, yes. But what else? What else is going right for Zuppi and Max here? Zuppi and Max, indeed. Now going for the bombard cannons again. Let's take a look. Maybe some onager focus in there as well. Hand cannons doing a lot of damage. trying to micro with the Arbalest, trying to soak up some damage. All the bombard cannons went down, all the oranges will follow. Hand cannons went down as well, but that was a lot of the pop of Zuppi here. But the max now up to pop 140, and suddenly it's looking pretty damn tight. And where are all the traps? They're still alive. Monks went down from the attack before as well. And now where are... Oh, one trap at least from Zuppi. Trying to push. And that's such... Look at the minimap. It's so scrappy. Trade cards. Where are they going? Where are the trade cards going? What? I have no idea. Looks like into the middle of the map. Oh, here's the market. Here's the market of the map. The market of the max. Weirdest trade line ever. Like, when do you see a market at this positioning? Okay, now the castle will go down. The trap doing its job. What it's being built for. Viper continuing his push. Zuppi suddenly the guy with the lowest pop. What are we witnessing here? Let's take a look at the Viper. He doesn't need to build more villages, or does he? He doesn't really. He's only going for gold at the moment. Is he doing a tech switch? More castles. Where was that castle? Oh, very much defensively in the trade. No stable. Not a single stable by the Viper. Siege. No siege at all. He's only focusing on trade cards, and at the moment it's 14-9. So it seems like by all the map control, they might have gotten... Oh, they even killed the trap. Bombard cannon. No, I think this might have been... I have no idea. Maybe it was a bombard cannon. The Viper now going for elite cataphracts. He saw... Okay, Zuppi can throw elite cataphracts. I can do that as well. And maybe that's the unit he wants to go into the grand finals with. And TheMax and Zuppi, after an incredible game number 6 here, are tapping out. And oh, damn it, I closed my scores file. And both are wrong. And I should have been more climactic now. They are going with a 4-2 into the grand finals tomorrow. On this very channel as well, on Bubbly Official as well, on MAMP Official as well. And it will be the Viper and MbL going against Miguel and Nikov. Whew, what a great game. What a great game. GG's, MbL saying it. Thanks for playing. And TheMax and Zuppi, they absolutely showed how great they are and that they got so far. Absolutely rightfully. And... oof. Max, what went wrong in the end? Just Zuppi. He needed to have more rams. He had the army. He just needed to split more. He just was too slow. He built too much army because he thought he would get into a big fight. MbL just boomed back and had so many villagers. The Viper got into a great army, and the Viper winning in the end against TheMax won them the game. What an incredible game. On the map and the series.